It's Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120 to 109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of two straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Coming up on today's show, Kings color analyst KayteChristensen joins us at 8 a.m., followed by former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas at 9 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you miss either of those interviews, you can check them out later today at SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Good morning. Good morning to all of you. You are our friends, and we love you so much. Boom, jingle right off the top of my head, Jason. That's a good way to start a Wednesday.
I love jingles.
Jingles. Yeah. We'll be jingling out of here in about 7.5 hours, give or take. It is getaway day. We will be in Portland, dare I say, to celebrate the first time the Sacramento Kings have clinched the playoffs in 16 years. Oh, I'm aware of the jinxes. I'm aware of superstitions. I'm aware of all that. I'm aware of it. But listen, today's the day. You know, we were hopeful that Monday would be the night. We were hopeful. Today, let me tell you this much. If the Clippers are somehow able to win in Memphis against the red-hot Grizzlies, and the Kings go to Portland and lose to a literal NBA G League team, the last thing I'm worried about is jinxing. I'm worried about, oh my God, has somebody drugged this team, or is someone being held hostage? Tonight's the night. They're going to clinch, and we're going to be there for you.
I like that. You're just speaking it into existence.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't care. Blame me. Doesn't matter.
I'm not blaming you. It's been happening.
Blame me. Yeah, blame me. That's fine. 916-339-1140. 1-800-920-1140. Hey, that's how you get a hold of us. And good morning.
Good morning.
Have a take, don't suck.
Yeah, have a take. So I have a question for you guys to open up. It is 6 a.m. Let's all have a conversation. So,
real talk.
Here's the weird thing to me.
That's the segment, Real Talk.
Y'all have, whether it's a tiny bit or a lot, doesn't matter. It's not my point, but you all have hair on your chest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Want to see it?
Yeah. No, good.
Jason's a Bruin.
Jason's just a big bear.
It took me a while,
UCLA
actually.
bear.
I can admit it.
Same.
30s, maybe into my 30s.
I'm still scared I'm going to get hair on my back. That hasn't happened yet, but I feel like
I got a couple of waywords like, hey, I'm over here.
I was like, God, 23, 24, and it was like coming in. I'm like, oh, I don't like that. I tried to shave, not really understanding the basics of that. And boy,
bad news bear.
Bad idea.
Yeah. So you shaved at one point. That's kind of where I'm going here. I know there's a scientific reason, but all right. So if
you're getting laser,
if you never shaved your chest, for example, and this could apply to other things, but we're just going to focus on chest hair. If you never shaved it, it's not going to be like where it grows down below your knees. It stops. Okay. Your chest hair stops growing at, you know what I'm saying? At a certain length.
Thinking of toe hairs, but go on.
Right. I hear you. But like, if you shave it, it automatically knows that it needs to grow, and it grows back to a certain length. But then here's the real bakes my noodle thing. If you like pulled a chest hair out to where it was taut and you cut it in half, like you didn't pluck it, you didn't shave it, you just cut it in half, or you trimmed it, whatever. it knows to start growing again to the length it's supposed to be, and then it stops again. How does it know?
That's why I braid it.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, you probably could have Googled that at some point.
Why Google that?
Is there just an infinite length it can get to?
That's the thing. But it stops. It stops. It's not. If you don't shave the hair,
I'm sure the chat will have an answer for you, by the way, in the next 2 minutes, I'm excited for those responses.
But couldn't the same be for, well, hair on your head, hair on your face will go forever.
Will go forever.
But
that's not true.
What do you mean?
Like my hair on my face will stop after a while.
Really?
Can't you get ZZ Top
hair?
Yeah,
that's what I was just thinking.
Should I like try to see?
No, because I think you also have to have a certain type of beard style.
Yeah.
Like you and I are kind of patchy. Like I think Jason, if he didn't shave for 5 years, I don't know that he'd be ZZ Top, but you'd probably be in the below the right around the bottom of the neck area.
Yeah, but your eyebrows won't go forever.
Exactly.
Your nose hairs.
Exactly. Well, the nose hairs, I don't know if they'll grow forever, but they always, ear hair too. Yeah. But like, why is
so annoying, by the way? I think that's been the biggest annoyance in my 30s is having to constantly trim the ear and nose hair.
No, trust me, 100%. And I have one hair that grows on the tip of my nose. I don't know why it does, and I have to pluck it. Right. Anyways, and it's kind of funny when you see, like, I've got a couple of older friends, and I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, I'll find out soon about getting old, but like, they've just given up on the ear hair.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like a party favor.
Right.
Like, they just do not care. They're like, you win. Let's go. I just would like to know from a medical or scientific standpoint. Like, that's kind of, the body is a fascinating thing. How does it know?
The body is a wonderland.
John Mayer, baby.
Body wonderland.
And that, and based on that, what we just talked about, can the Kings clinch in Portland tonight? Leading off starts now.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Maybe they'll do it by hair.
Will be lit. And Sacramento is in the process of taking care of business coming out of the All-Star break, even though it was very rocky early on. In a game that saw the Kings trail twice early by 16 points, they come back and win it 133-116. They protect the number 3 spot in the Western Conference. They open up a game-and-a-half advantage over the LA Clippers that they'll be facing tomorrow night at 7:30 in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, hearing that in the background, based on me, you, and Frankie being there. I'm sure there'll be Kings fans based on how all this is going. But should us 3 get the Light the Beam chant going?
I am 100%
from Media Row, baby.
Okay, I'm 100% here for that, and for sure. I mean, not for Media Row, but yeah. Here's the thing, though. Dude, is it like, I think it's 100% okay to celebrate the Kings clinching the playoffs. I don't necessarily know if I'm cool with celebrating beating the Blazers.
Why?
That's part of it.
They have Anthony Simons.
Those poor fans. Like, they're.
Are we doing that?
Oh,
I'm just saying
so Blazer
oh,
fans,
yes, Blazer fans.
Flip it, and the Blazers clinch tonight at Golden One Center. Kings are going into year 7, 800 of not making it. And here are the Blazers fans going, whatever their version is of celebrating to get to the playoffs.
You know
literally a team that's been to the conference finals in the last 5 or 6 years.
You know what?
Poor Blazer fan.
If another
up.
fan base jumped off the Empire State Building, would you do it too?
Depends on the fan base.
And did I have a parachute?
All right.
Also, a couple fan bases might push off the Empire State Building.
Can I land on some fan bases?
Poor fan base. Enough.
Have we ever had a problem with Portland's fan base?
Yes.
We have.
No.
They're like jury duty. They're just there. You don't really have a choice when you. I mean,
that is perfect.
They're a good fan base. It's very similar to this fan base in the sense of it's kind of a one-town team. You know.
You walk into the building. What's up, jury duty?
Yeah, JD. Number 2, please.
Doing my civic duty.
Some poor schmuck you do that will probably have jury duty tomorrow and he'll cry.
Cut number 2.
2, he'll drive, he'll shoot. It's on the way, it's good. With 0.2 to go. And that's going to make the final score 120-109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Stupid.
Steve Kerr should get, I don't know what he makes. I'm sure it's a lot of money. But
almost as much as us.
At least half of that salary is worth it for being able to coach Draymond Green. That
Is he able to?
Do you think that's the reason why he's kept the job for so long? Is he's just like a Draymond whisperer to a point?
To a point, but then you look at like, listen, I've sung the praises of Draymond Green many times. There's no doubt he's an excellent defender. He's a good passer. He's I don't know if they win championships without him. You could argue it either way, but he's certainly a huge part of these championships. He's a Hall of Famer, blah, blah, blah. I acknowledge all of that. I also think he gets away with more than any player in NBA history. It's really weird, man. And when he gets fired up, I look at him and, it's like, look at what Malik Monk said the other night.
Right.
Draymond Green will go up to a referee and slap him like the Three Stooges and then throw him into the crowd, and then he'll cry on the ground and pound his fist, and then he'll spray water on the media people, and then he'll
get a warning.
Right. And they're like, hey, do not do that. One technical foul, don't do it again. And then
it's not even that. It's just, I love your passion, Draymond.
Right. Exactly. We had this conversation a long time ago. Had Boogie Cousins done half the stuff Draymond did, he'd be in jail.
He did an eighth of the stuff Draymond did.
And not that Boogie's perfect or anything. I'm just saying he'd be in jail. Draymond does you know what? He really is the heart and soul and the passion of the team. And there's something to that, but also at some point you're just like, dude, shut up. But that's his way. And you know what? He did it when they were down 20. Last night, he was all over the place. Technical foul, altercation with Ingram, altercation with Herb Jones. Steve Kerr takes him out of the game. This, that, whatever. Warriors come back and win.
Yeah. They said he's the fire that they need.
I mean,
okay.
Burn, baby, burn.
Number
we gotta go.
2 was a fun leading off to talk about. We don't have time for 3 because we got to take a break.
When is the next time we get through all 3? I don't think we've done all 3 leading off in months.
Well, now we got to do it tomorrow. Just because you said that now.
Well, no, because tomorrow it's just going to be one story if the Kings win tonight.
That's a great point right there. We'll take a break.
So technically, we'll get through the whole leading off.
We will take a look. Are the Kings ever going to clinch, though? They've had 970 chances, either by them or another team. Hasn't happened yet. We'll take a look at all the scenarios next.
The only place you'll find De'Aaron Fox is Sactown Sports.
Spins away from the defender, in the paint, soft floater. That's a great play by De'Aaron Fox.
Hey, Sacramento, it's De'Aaron Fox, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
If you own a small business, you've probably been hearing a lot about the ERC, how it's worth up to $26,000 per employee, how easy it is, you know the spiel. So why am I still talking to you about it now? Because many of you still haven't filed a claim, but Innovation Refunds can help you close the book on this thing. They're backed by one of those big CPA firms the corporations use, so they can determine once and for all if your business qualifies. And it's free to find out. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
If these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Thompson left sideline, double beats Draymond. Draymond lob, Kuminga dunk! Dunked it right over the top of the defense, and we got a foul as well. Curry almost lost the ball, dribbles through traffic. Guarded by McCollum on the left side. Shot clock at 7. Takes him to the corner. Got locked up there. In trouble. Hook pass up top to Thompson for 3. Got it!
I was hoping that was the highlight. It was just labeled as Klay Thompson 3. I don't know if any of y'all saw the game. And Warriors Schmorriers, I'm with you. Steph Curry is locked down in the bottom left corner on your TV dial, and he's being double teamed. And there's, I know you're only allowed 5 on the floor, but I think there was actually 9 Pelicans between him and Klay Thompson. Now, think about it in your mind. You're watching on TV. They're using the left basket on the screen. Steph Curry is in the bottom left of your screen where you'd shoot a corner 3. He's trapped in the corner. Klay Thompson is on the opposite side corner behind, not corner, I'm sorry, wing. at the 3-point circle, just behind the 3-point circle. Steph Curry leans as if he's falling out of bounds. And like you're throwing a boomerang, sidearm whips a skip pass over to Clay through I don't even know how many Pelicans. And Clay nails the 3, and it's funny because you see Steve Kerr, and he's not even smiling. He's just shaking his head like, I don't even know what this guy – like Steph Curry, just enjoy him. He's 35. Like, enjoy him. He is – hey, what you want, man. He, for all the issues with Draymond Green, Steph Curry is fun to watch, and Steph was a major cog, obviously, the guy who led the Warriors back from more than 20 down to beat the Pelicans last night. Now, why are we talking Warriors, and why do we care about that game? Because had the Pelicans won, and the Pelicans were pasting the Warriors.
Yeah, they were.
I really was ready for, okay, well, I guess this is going to happen. The Warriors outscored in the second half. They outscored the Pelicans. Jeez. 74-46. That's insane. 74-46 in the second half, and still only won by 11. Just to give you an idea of how much the Pelicans were up. Steph Curry had 39 points. So we wait again. And today is, we're pretty darn sure, your magic day. Here's how the Sacramento Kings can clinch their first playoff berth in 16 years tonight. Number 1, they win.
Yes, that's the easiest, the best, the most feeling the best, right? Do it yourself. Something they couldn't do the other night.
It's kind of funny, too. I don't know why, but thinking about this game up in Portland, I know it's far from the same thing, but remember, that was the last game of the season in Dave Yeager's final year where they went up to Portland. They were supposed to win. Portland was sitting everybody, and they ended up getting pasted. So, yeah, of course, PTS KD comes up. Sacramento on the road at Moda Center in Portland, which is historically a really tough place to play. It's a very proud franchise. And as Jay mentioned earlier, in all seriousness, they've had a lot of success.
Yeah.
The Kings are favored by 14.
Wow.
On the road against Portland. That's how lopsided this should be. They're favored by 14. If they win, they are in. However, they also can get help from the Memphis Grizzlies of all teams. If Memphis beats the LA Clippers, the Kings win. Now, this is relevant because the Clippers and Grizzlies game starts at 5 o'clock, a full 2 hours before the Kings. I imagine the way NBA games go, sometime around the beginning or middle of the first quarter, I would think, Kings fans will know whether or not the Kings are in based on that Clippers-Grizzlies matchup in Memphis. Memphis is favored by 4 points. If the Suns...
Actually, this one's flipped. The T-Wolves beat the Suns.
Oh, no, No, did I say T-Wolves or something? I was talking about the Grizzlies-Clippers.
Oh, you were starting to say the Suns. On our note, it's flipped around. It should be the other way around.
Oh, I got you. Okay, sorry. Okay, good. So Timberwolves-Suns tonight in Phoenix. That game is on ESPN. If Minnesota falls to the Suns,
correct,
the Kings are in.
Yeah, they'll give Minnesota 38 losses. Everybody 7 and below would have 38. Kings, the most they could get is 37. So top 6 for sure. But back to, if they win, they also get home court in the first round. That's important.
And then they would, I would imagine, be right on the cusp if the Suns were to lose.
Right.
Right on the cusp of clinching the Pacific Division. That would be 6 games left. Yeah, I mean, right? Actually, hold on a second. If the Kings won tonight, they'd be 46-30. If the Suns lost tonight, they'd be 40-37, meaning the Suns would have 5 games left.
Yeah. The Suns would be 40-36.
40-36, I'm sorry.
So 6-game lead with 6 to go.
And the tiebreaker is they're
2-2, but at that point, if the Kings lost all 6, then you go to conference. I think Phoenix could catch them, I think.
Well, if you go to conference, the Kings are 29-16, the Suns are 25-20.
Yeah, but if you're saying the Kings lose out, right, they would win tonight to get to 30-16. They'd be 30-20. Well, I don't know if they're all they're all conference 30-22. Yeah, whatever.
I think of that. It's an academic.
Yeah.
It's pretty much an
kind of like it is now overall getting in.
Right. Now, what is interesting, though, If the Suns were to win out, let's see, that's 75. Okay, they would be 47 and 35. 47 and 35. The Kings 45 and 30, meaning the Kings with 7 games left would have to go 2 and 5
to tie them.
3 and 4 to okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you this.
And they are getting Durant back.
I was just going to say, it's not out of they're undefeated with Kevin Durant. It's not out of the ballpark, especially with the way things are.
Yeah, what do they have left?
Let's see. They've got Minnesota at home tonight, Denver at home.
Okay.
That's on Friday, at OKC, home San Antonio, home Denver again, at Lakers, at home Clippers. Actually, that's pretty rough.
Wow, 2 Denvers. Oh.
2 Denvers.
Both LAs and Minnesota. There's a couple, you'd think OKC and
golly.
Okay.
When you think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that is first off, 6 of their final 7 games are against teams that have serious playoff aspirations. 2 of them are against the 1 seed. Minnesota is one of the hotter teams in the league right now. LeBron seems to be, you got LeBron and AD pretty much. By the time they play the Lakers, unless there's another injury, they're going to play. That's got to be up there with the roughest remaining schedules in the league. All right, screw it. So Phoenix ain't. Although, you never know. I'll put it this way. If they win out with Kevin Durant and he looks, Kevin Durant-y and no more injuries, they're going to go into the playoffs as they already are the favorite. As we stand right now, it's so weird. The Suns, the 4 seed, are the favorite to come out of the Western Conference, and that's only going to grow.
Yeah.
Then you have teams like Memphis, like Denver, obviously, Sacramento. They're going to, okay. The Suns, remember, a lot of people thought the Suns were going to do a lot of things last year. They fizzled out, but of course, they didn't have Kevin Durant. We'll take a break. When we come back, as the NFL franchise turns the Commanders, there's a big offer on the table. Could there be movement on getting Dan Snyder out? We'll do that in a couple of NFL notes next.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can check if you're paying too much for home insurance, because giving you options is the right thing to do.
Oh, you mean like when I let someone with less groceries go ahead in line? Sure, there's a part of me that thinks, if you only need 3 things, maybe go to a convenience store next time. And now they're sifting through coupons and my frozen foods are about to be not frozen.
But still, it's the right thing to do. So compare rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
At Staples, school is always in session. And savings never take a holiday, especially now during Staples Teacher Palooza. You save big on everything for school, like 20% on all Crayola products, up to 40% on brands like Post-it, Papermate, and Elmer's. Plus, 24-pack cases of True Clear bottled water are only $3.99. During Staples Teacher Palooza, teachers save big and so do you, with classroom deals for everybody. But deals end soon, so hurry to Staples today. Offers end 4/1, in-store only, limit 1 on water while supplies last.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. MSAutogroup.com.
ACR Solar and Home Services is here to help you, just like they helped me. Jason Ross here, and ACR did a great job for my family, bringing their impeccable reputation and great workmanship to keep my family covered with a brand new roof. Now we're comfortable and dry during Sacramento's rainy season, knowing our home's structural integrity is protected. Our value is increased, and the home itself, well, it's looking and functioning at its best. The proof, it's in our roof. Now you could get this same quality experience with ACR Solar and Home Services. Just go to acrsolar.com now to sign up for a free estimate and see all that they have to offer, not only to protect your home and family during the cold and wet Sacramento weather, but also including premium made in the USA solar electric systems. That's acrsolar.com. ACR Solar and Home Services is bringing us all the highest quality, highest value, and integrity since 1979. Go to acrsolar.com. That's acrsolar.com.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120-109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Coming up on today's show, Kings Keller analyst KayteChristensen joins us at 8 a.m., followed by former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas at 9 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you miss either of those interviews, you can check them out later today at SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
They get mad. Josh Harris and Steve Apostolopoulos. Apostolopoulos?
I believe that's Greek.
Yeah.
All Greek to me.
Man, why do they have to have these long names? Steve A, not that one, and Josh Harris have separate $6 billion bid. Poor Dan Snyder, he has to sell his team. And he's only going to get $6 billion for it.
That's it?
They're valued at $5.6 billion, but it's going to sell for $6 plus.
I couldn't find the number this morning. Do you know what he bought them for by chance? I believe they bought them in '99. They being the whatever Dan Snyder is.
Did you look up that he buys the Commanders?
You know, that might have been it.
That's right, because he bought it from Jack Kent Cook for $800 million.
So that he'll net a profit if he sells, is what you're saying.
I would imagine so. And the way old Dan has run that franchise,
Old Dan,
that doesn't even count the money he's made along the way, the amount of things he's charged to the team. Like, what was it? He charged him $40 million or something for advertising because he put their logo on his plane. You know, for all those fans that are in the air at 30,000 feet, they're like, "Oh,
Yes.
look at the plane! I got to see a game."
You never passed by that plane when you were flying? Jason?
All the time.
Okay, well, there you go.
All of us that are hanging out at the FBOs, the private airports that are, oh, look. You know, I wasn't thinking of a game. It's like the Sac airport advertising on the Kings games. Like,
yeah. Dang.
Well, there are technically 2 airports you can fly out of here.
What's the other one?
The Metro.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can fly from there to Sac International.
Are you can like get a Southwest plane out of Sacramento?
No.
They're the same airport, right?
No.
No.
They're different airports.
On Freeport.
Yeah. One down by in the pocket.
They have the airplane restaurant.
You guys are dumb. And I'm looking it up. Or you
Wait, you don't think that's a real thing?
I do not.
No, there's definitely an airport there. I mean, is it still functioning, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
like
so.
I said, they have the airplane restaurant. Sometimes they take Isaiah.
I just Googled Sac Metro Airport, and all that comes up is, that one. Are you talking about Executive Airport?
Yeah, that's it.
It's an airport.
There you go. So we have competing airports in the area.
Do not.
Spirit Airlines? I don't know who goes out.
I do believe Spirit may fly out of the Exec.
No. So here's the thing. Who's watching the airport commercial on the Kings game and being like,
I hadn't thought about flying.
I wasn't going to fly out of Sac Airport, even though that's the only airport within a 90-mile radius.
But, dang.
Look at the bunny.
That's it.
I mean, they should advertise on our show, of course, and we're super welcome.
They're just showing off their amenities.
I honest to God, though, do not understand why. What are like, I'm being serious.
Because, okay,
Why
think
are
about
they
it. No,
advertising?
logically, right?
Yeah.
You're debating, all right, should I drive or should I fly? That airport commercial comes on and you see that rabbit.
That's what I'm
and you
saying,
see the
dude.
Starbucks in there and you're just like, played.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're, hey, well, it's their money. So we'll see. There could be a place, they say, in place for Dan Snyder and his Commanders by draft day, which is rather quick. Also, Roger Goodell has addressed a possible vote. Now, I don't have a problem with this. That would allow flexible scheduling for Thursday night football in weeks 14 through 17. Wanting to, towards the end of the year, when you know which teams are good and which aren't, being able to, kind of like the NBA, flex them into a Thursday night game and make sure we're not watching the lame team versus other lame team.
I don't think it's as kind of like him. I mean, the NFL, they hate playing Thursday, and that turnaround's brutal.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, they're not going to get 2 days notice, but, what do they give them, like a week and a half?
So what it allows them to do, I think they have to have 2 weeks notice.
Okay. They still hate it. And
Yes.
now they used to do everybody play it on a Thursday night. Now there could be some teams that play twice or 3 times potentially. And
the other part of
it's
this
better for us.
proposal they're trying to sneak in is they're saying that teams were only limited to 1 short week a year playing on Thursday. Now they're saying, well, no, we want to move that to 2. So players may have, teams may have 2 short weeks per year. I'll give you 11 billion reasons why they're doing this, because that's what Amazon paid the NFL for their Thursday night coverage for the next 11 years. So you do the simple math. That's $1 billion per year for Thursday night football. Now, the idea that have been floated that I enjoy is making it mandatory that the only way, this is more logical to me. Okay, you want to play on a Thursday night game? Great. You have a bye automatically the week before. So you play Sunday.
I like that idea.
You go through all the way to Thursday and then another week, and now you're playing that Thursday night football game. And then you don't play again for another 10 days until a week from the following Sunday. That would seem to be a logical thing to do to help players recover. Instead, they're going, no, that's not going to work, but we would like to do 2. We actually want to give you 2 Thursdays, but we also want you to check out this nice commercial where we donated $10,000 to the CTE Foundation. Yes, the NFL cares.
Saving lives.
They really do care. In the middle of race norming and cheerleader sexual harassment scandals and all the fun stuff, we're really into player safety. We're going to put some extra padding in the helmet, and we're going to allow longer needles to inject you with painkillers.
Yeah.
We're opening up the painkillers, and now players can actually be injected with real horse painkillers.
Real ones,
not just the imitation type. Well,
thank God, because the black market horse pain pills was getting out of hand.
Big black market horse pain pills market thing. And now just basically the players are going to look like a bunch of porcupines with all the painkillers are getting injected into their face and neck and ear and wherever, and then just roll them out there. And it's so funny because honestly, I think at this point, the NFL is so powerful and they're such a runaway train. They could honestly be like, okay, Roger Goodell today approved a measure to go back to the roots of the NFL. And in order to discourage hard hits, they're actually removing all unnecessary roughness penalties and getting rid of helmets.
And playing a doubleheader.
A doubleheader game, going back to leather helmets because you have to put a logo on them. But their thought is that if you're not wearing a helmet, you're less likely to hit somebody hard.
And the reference to the porcupines, the next team that's back in the NFL, that's their team name.
Oh, the Vegas, or not Vegas, the Louisville Porcupines.
Yes.
And it is, listen, we're all going to watch the NFL.
Of course.
Blah, blah, blah. It's the biggest sport. It's just hilarious in history when we look back on how much the NFL is able to get away with. But most importantly, how we're in this era right now where the NFL Players Union is such an unbelievably weak joke. Like, there is no NFL. It might as well be the NFL Owners Union that takes care of the players, but not really, because they have, as you obviously can see, they have no ability to organize a strike. They have no ability to hold out. The owners 100% have all of the control, and they know that for whatever money they're going to lose, the players are going to lose more money. And guess what? The players don't have billions to fall back on. And I'm not talking about Aaron Rodgers and the Tom Brady's, and I'm talking about the 48th and 49th guy on the depth chart that have the same vote as the first or second guy in the depth chart, and they've got house payments and car payments and all that. They can't afford to miss 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 game checks in a row. But that's what it's going to take. You're literally going to have players willing to sit out entire seasons in order to make serious changes to the NFL.
Yeah, and players of significance, right?
Yeah. And that's the thing. You look at the players of significance. It's funny how, and I'm sure some of them have, but you don't hear a lot about them offering up some of their salary into a pool that can be divided up amongst the other players to help them out, because they're all, you buy your offensive line nice watches at the end of the year as a quarterback, but you can't take care of your other guys when you make $35 million a year in order to strike.
Well, if you put $35 million into a pool, it'll get soggy and you'll waste the money.
Yeah.
Oh, headline on ESPN. This is from Brian Windhorst.
Windy,
and he's doing this.
He's saying the 6th seed is the goal to face the Kings in the playoffs.
And then they have the list of teams that are fighting for 6 right now. It's the Warriors, but you got Minnesota, New Orleans. Like, I'm sure it is, but he's putting it out there.
Good.
Yeah.
Keep giving the Kings bulletin board material.
There's 30 seconds. I know.
But just use regular logic. You're playing a team that ranks 25th in defense. It's never played in the playoffs before, and you can drive there. Of course, the Warriors, when they were down 20 at halftime yesterday, were like,
but Wendy,
hey, let's try to get this win.
Go on, McNutt. So, Wendy, does that also now fix, sorry about the earrings, does that now also fix all of their road woes too? I'm not saying that it's impossible, and I understand why everybody's going after the Kings, but I just don't think that playing the Kings fixes issues that we've seen all season long.
No. I was trying to figure out, if I may, I'll just say it because everyone is thinking it. I was trying to figure out what that clicking was. And
okay, thank you, Greeny. We'll take a break. You know what? Bulletin board material. You can't pin a video, but you get my point. When we come back.
You can on Twitter.
You can on Twitter. You're 100% correct. When we come back, Ben Simmons out for the year. How big of a bullet did the Kings dodge by not acquiring Ben Simmons? I'm going to try to figure out a reason why we should have. Just die on that hill, baby. We'll do that next.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sactown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him.
You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
The clock is ticking. Get off the bench and head down to Fasteners Tool Outlet, where you'll find the lowest prices on Milwaukee power tools and so much more. Why pay more at a big box store? Get a triple-double at Fasteners Tool Outlet with weekly and monthly offers, including up to 50% off select hand tools, batteries, power tools, and fasteners. Whether you're looking for a Festool sander, a Saw's top table saw, or a Milwaukee impact driver, Fasteners Tool Outlet has the tools you need to do the job. Make a slam dunk with Fasteners Tool Outlet, 6701 Power End Road, or on the web at fastenersinc.net.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
on Sactown Sports.
Go on YouTube and watch us. Please hit the like button. We appreciate you. 80s montage music is amazing. I love it.
You know what this one is? Is this what I think it is, Jay?
Oh, it's exactly what you think it
Have
is.
you seen this video? You have seen this video.
You've seen the video.
This is the video.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
The
it.
greatest
Okay,
and worst video all time.
The hair, the volleyball.
Yes.
It's amazing. Get in there and say hello, chat. Love my guy MC, man. Seriously, he cannot help himself. It's like, oh, they're going to talk about Ben Simmons. Hey, do you think the Kings will play tonight or clinch tonight? Hey, what about that baseball season? And then MC's like, you know, farmers are being sued and it's a problem.
Okay, to be fair, when we bring up baseball, you do the same thing about the farmers.
I understand that. You're defending. You're stepping in front of MC now.
No, I'm just saying you do the same thing when we bring up baseball. That's all.
I want to see. I think we do this bet once. I want to see if MC can go a full week with, like, I don't even mind if it's non, like, off, like, in different sports than we're talking about, right?
Okay.
But, like, could MC go a week? Literally, he can't bring up anything non-sports or non-show related. In other words, no politics, no, farmers. no passive aggressive, like, well, it costs $5, but with the way the government's taking your money, good luck and stock up on canned good. Like, what? We're going to talk about Ben Simmons, which we'll do right now.
I think
Speaking of canned goods.
Yeah. We ought to have a day where MC's in. Jay and I will take the day off. It's you and MC. Just because we don't want to get in the way.
I think.
It will be Sactown Sports version of First Take, except no producing needed.
I think MC's like, real life happens outside of your. I get it. You're in a sports chat room. It's you can actually run multiple chats somewhere else. It's super cool, dude. Here's what I think should happen. I think the next time, Jason, you and I go on vacation, it should be MC and Barnes, but not Matt Barnes. That's what I call Mike Barnbaum. I think MC and Mike Barnbaum for 4 hours.
Okay.
Mike, please text Jay and let him know your availability for the next couple months. Yeah, exactly. Ben Simmons, you know what? That was for that crack earlier. That's all I'm saying. Remember?
What crack?
I'll think of one at the break. Ben Simmons, full disclosure, and isolate that. Full disclosure. Once upon a time, I wanted to trade De'Aaron Fox for Ben Simmons. Big proponent of that. Kings were terrible. Fox, I think, was in his 5th or 6th year.
I don't like that call.
Well, would have been a bad call in retrospect. And I don't think Fox is the only King I was offering up. It was pretty much whatever we could do.
You're giving up all the Kings.
Get Ben Simmons on the floor, a young guy under contract.
This organization will rehab him.
Yes, because, the Kings. I was watching yesterday. Somebody put this out. It was yesterday after it was announced that the Nets were shelving Ben Simmons for the year.
Yeah.
And a number of people actually posted different videos. And it was like highlight videos of Ben Simmons from his rookie year up. Like, just, I will absolutely die on this hill. Ben Simmons is an incredibly talented basketball player. He is an all-world basketball player when it comes to both sides of the floor. He's never going to score 40 points a game. He can't hit a three-pointer to save it. I mean, literally, I don't think he could hit a three-pointer to save his life. But when you look at his handle, the fact that he's this side of 7 feet, you look at his handle, you look at his vision, you look at his defense, you look at his rebounding. I am absolutely not going to sit here and do retroactive history that Ben Simmons is a terrible basketball player. Shrinks in big moments, we can have that argument. That's fine. Can't shoot from outside, no problem there. But the idea that Ben Simmons is basically a G League scrub is just not accurate whatsoever. Doesn't matter, though, because what's the best ability? It's availability.
Right.
And he didn't have it. Doesn't have it.
Yeah. I think for me, I would never, ever want to, give up on a player, but it's different when he's on your roster and you're already committed to the salary. That's what I wanted to look up here is what is Ben Simmons making? All right, 35, then 37, then 40. So that's a huge factor to me in it. But if you're Brooklyn, I think you have to stay committed because you've made the trade, you've made the investment. You can shut him down now, but I don't know how many more opportunities you go until you figure out, all right, this failed us. I don't know if they're there yet, but if you were the Kings and you're making that investment, that's a huge investment. Whereas someone like, what's Markelle Fultz making, where he was broken and he's kind of found it again, which is a great story.
Yeah, I love it.
But he's not making 35, 37, and then 40 million. It's a different kind of investment in a player that, for whatever reason, was broken.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can fix them.
Yeah.
You don't always do. I root for it. I'm not rooting against Ben Simmons.
No.
I don't think there's any reason to root against him. But I just don't know. I don't know what, between injury, the mental part, I don't know. There's so much talent there.
And the problem with Ben Simmons is, trying to find a comparison, a historical comparison. Now I can look at a guy like Brandon Roy, who had a terrible, knee issue and was never the same. You look at a guy like Greg Oden, who had all the talent in the world, but couldn't get past his injuries. You look at Ralph Sampson. The history is filled with players that will never know how great they would have been because they're injured.
This is a combo, right, of injury and mental,
we think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how much of it's. I don't know. I know what I hear. I know what I see written by analysts. I know this, that. I don't know.
But I think a lot of it is injury. I do buy that for sure.
Which could contribute to the mental.
But that's where I was going with that. How much have these injuries taken a toll on him mentally? And I think that's something people don't really think about when you look at Ben Simmons. I think there's a lot of people that are still of the, he's just not tough mentality. I'm like, man, the dude has missed what? He's played 42 games in the last 2 seasons. Like, come on.
Wasn't it last year that or I don't know if it was he or the team or whatever, but they presented like x-rays or a doctor. There was something where like they came out and described his injuries at length with like documentation. And it was like some horrible back slip discs, like weird thing, right? Like terrible. But it's so strange that Ben Simmons has become like the biggest villain this side of Dylan Brooks in the NBA because he passed up a dunk in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And, and other stuff, to be fair. But never, he didn't get in trouble off the court. He didn't have antics on the, I mean, this is a guy that just, I'm really fascinated at the mob mentality that has gone after. It really has made me sympathetic towards him. Because of that mob mentality. I don't know what the fix is, but if the guy has a terrible back injury, why isn't he getting the same pass that David Robinson did when he had that, or Greg Oden, or Ralph Sam?
Yeah.
Why is that not accounted for? By the way, he's not 35 years old.
Right.
He's still in his mid-20s.
Well, I think some of it does, and whether this is right or wrong, does go back to the financial impact for a team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's getting paid a ton to be a difference maker for the team. So if Ben Simmons was making $7 million, not to make light of $7 million compared to 30-something million, that's a big difference, and I think the organization can also hang on to it. I think you're going to see that. Let's say Zion doesn't come back this year, and next year he has more injuries. He jumps to the 30-something million club, and at that point you go, look, this guy's a stud.
Yeah.
But he's got to play, and when he's now a $30-something million commitment to your team, when he doesn't play, it kills you.
Then the other side of that, too, is I think there is, when you talk about the mob mentality, and I think this is really, to me, what I see is people look at Ben Simmons like he's the pampered prince from Australia. He doesn't like basketball. He doesn't care about basketball. If he cared about basketball, he would make more of an effort to get on the floor. He'd play hurt, X, Y, and Z, blah. And I think that's the mentality, right?
I think you're 100% correct. And I also think we should explore that mentality. Like, he is literally a prince and pampered and grew up in a bit of all that. But I guess here's my question. I don't know what Ben Simmons has made so far in his NBA career.
A good amount.
But I'll bet you it's a lot.
Yes.
So let's consider that, and the fact that he already had a little bit of money anyways. Okay. So it looks like his 5-year, $177 million contract. I'm imagining he's definitely made into the 9 figures easily, right? If Ben Simmons doesn't want to play basketball, why isn't he retired? Why would he want to go? He's basically been in hiding. He is booed and jeered everywhere he goes, in every stadium, in every arena, walking in and out of every hotel. The fellow athletes and comedians are making fun of him at the ESPYs, doing skits on him. His manhood's being questioned. His heart is being questioned. Like, every possible horrible thing you can lay on an athlete has been laid on Ben Simmons, and he's generationally rich. So if he doesn't like basketball, why is he sticking around? I mean, that's really I don't have the answer. I'm just asking. Why not just announce your retirement? So there's something that doesn't add up about this story. And honestly, it's either going to be one of the great comeback stories of all time, or it's going to be one of the saddest athlete stories of all time. And in 20 years, a bearded gray Ben Simmons is going to talk about how he's, moved to the mountaintops or whatever, and has finally found peace, I hope.
He'll move to an island.
Okay. Well, I'm fine with that. By the way, good thing the Kings didn't trade for him. By the way, Jason, you were wrong. We'll take a break when we come back. We'll be in Portland tonight. We'll preview the content we're getting for you and more. Don't go away. Hour number 2, SactownSports.com.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Come back and beat Utah on Saturday night. I was in the building. Yes, sir. No more Cattles curse. Get it out of my face.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that's been done.
It's gone.
It's the Cattles cookout now. I mean, when you go to the arena, cats is getting cooked.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Beach Bar Rum, Santo, and Sammy's Beach Bar Cocktail present Sammy Hagar and the Circle. Friday, July 14th, the Lake Tahoe Outdoor Arena at Harvey's. The party you don't want to miss. Sammy Hagar. Tickets on sale Friday, March 31st at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com and 8concerts.com. Don't miss Sammy Hagar and the Circle.
Great team, great team. Where's the defense? Defense! Okay, everyone take a break. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking, when is something too good to be true? When it probably is. And had I not experienced it for myself, this spectacular season would definitely qualify as too good to be true. So everyone out there in radio land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. And so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. Hey, small business owner, when's the last time you checked your workers' comp rate? For many small businesses, workers' comp insurance is one of their biggest costs. But some don't check their rate often. Did you know rates can vary? In fact, taking 3 minutes to check your rate with Pi Insurance could save you up to 30%. Just go to trypi.com, share a few details about your business, and get a quote that's customized for you with no hassle or hidden fees. We know you're busy, but spending just a few minutes to check your rate could save you money. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. See how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or get a quote at trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
from the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. Your home for the biggest matchups in the NFL. Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120 to 109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Coming up on today's show, Kings color analyst KayteChristensen joins us at 8 a.m., followed by former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas at 9 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you miss either of those interviews, you can check them out later today at SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
But I can't dunk.
So if I told you, Jason and Jay, welcome in, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
If I told you there was a movie that had Jason Schwartzman, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks, Jeffrey Wright, Tilda Swinton, Bryan Cranston, Ed Norton, Adrian Brody, Liv Schreiber, Steve Carell, Matt Dillon, Willem Dafoe, Margot Robbie.
Love Margot.
Jeff Goldblum.
Love Jeff Goldblum.
Did I say Tom Hanks?
Yes.
You did.
Wait, we get the same movie as Hanks and Goldblum?
There's a movie coming out with all those people in June.
But Hanks and Goldblum.
Hanks and Goldblum. Called Asteroid City. It's by Wes Anderson, who's a weirdo, but I mean that in the nicest way. Like, his movies are always a little strange.
With the name of the movie, it's either about the end of the world or a video game. Which one?
No, I think it's some. I don't know. I just saw the trailer for the first time during the break. I don't know how good for them keeping this stuff quiet. And by the way, yes, I'm aware that there are probably people listening. I've known about this movie forever. How have you missed it? Maybe I missed stuff like this, but golly, that's like, I'm trying to think. I feel like that's the best ensemble cast we've seen since, what was it, Mars Attacks? I hated that movie. My wife.
Best one since Mars Attacks.
No, I'm saying ensemble cast wise. Like, everybody, there was a ton of people.
Something tells me we could find a better ensemble since Mars Attacks.
You find me a better ensemble cast. Maybe
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11 is pretty good.
Those had some pretty.
I feel like it was really like you had like what 8? Well, I guess 11, 12.
Yeah, but there was a few more. I mean, the main. If you think about
good ones.
Pitt and Clooney,
yeah,
and Andy Garcia, and I mean that's
Julia Roberts.
My favorite part. I forget which of those movies it is, but Julia Roberts pretending to be Julia Roberts is my favorite thing.
I don't know that I ever saw Ocean's 13, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I probably should. I think.
Yeah.
Okay, George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Andy Garcia, Don Cheadle, Bernie Mac, R.I.P., Ellen Barkin, Al Pacino, Casey Affleck, Carl Reiner, and Elliot Gould.
Yeah, better than Mars Attack.
You think so?
I do.
All right. Well, we got to move on, of course. It's
I
not
sense
Mars.
That being a Twitter question you put out there.
Yeah, I think so. Have you ever seen Mars Attacks?
I have not.
No.
Don't do it. Let's just put it this way. My wife loves it. Thinks it's.
Is Brendan Fraser in it?
Or
Pauly Shore?
He probably is. So are you familiar with any of the people that are in it? Okay, here's one for you. Jack Nicholson.
Heard of him.
Glenn Close.
Yes.
Annette Bening.
No.
Pierce Brosnan.
Yes.
Danny DeVito.
Yes.
Martin Short.
Yes.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
Tom Jones, Natalie Portman, Jim Brown, Lisa Marie Presley, Pam Grier, Jack Black, Ray J, Christina Applegate, and other people.
You can't mention Ray J and Christina Applegate in the same sentence. That's not okay.
Who'd you say who's in it?
Ray J.
Ray J. Not his first movie.
We got to transition real quick. Actually, I think Mars Attack was before his other movie. We got Kings Blazers coming up. You guys are going. Super exciting. But, there's a player that played for both the Kings and the Blazers that is tearing it up right now. Listen to this stat line. 43 points last night, 19 boards, 57% from the field. That is one Hassan Whiteside dominating in Puerto Rico.
Empty calories, baby. He's a can of Pringles. Good for him. Meanwhile, DeMarcus Cousins put out yesterday, I don't know if he was talking to Showtime Sports. I forget who he was talking to, but said, I want a real reason why I'm not in the NBA. It was like, I really want to know why I'm not in the NBA, which I think is an incredibly fascinating conversation. Because I think, and
reputation.
You're not going to find a bigger DeMarcus fan than me.
That'd be my answer.
You're exactly right.
Reputation.
Just listen, there is no doubt that DeMarcus Cousins is better than a lot of centers in the NBA right now. Not markedly better, but better. He's just better. He's better than take the third center on the bench. He's better. He's better than most of them, arguably better than the backup centers on a lot of teams. I'm just talking about pure talent. Injuries, probably a factor. But that's it. And I am really curious to know if DeMarcus is aware of that, honestly, or if he didn't, or if he thinks it's something else. And I don't know. I just truly ignorance. I don't know what else it would be other than reputation. But I wish he would be back in the league. I'd like to see him catch on with the team. You and I will be catching on with the airport later today. The one airport in town that serves, the populace. We'll be in Portland today, tomorrow, and Friday.
Yes.
Thanks to and technically Saturday morning. Thanks to our friends at
Barely.
Oh, what is our plane leave? Like 5:30?
No. Earlier than that.
Is it really?
I didn't even know planes left that early.
What time do we leave?
It's a 5 a.m. departure.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's a 3:45 arrival to the airport, 3:30, 4.
I gotta be
as
honest,
late as possible.
I'm gonna do whatever everybody else wants, but honest to God, that's like 5 a.m. means that you're boarding at like 4:30.
Right.
We have to return a rental car. I like how we're doing this on the air. We have to return a rental car, so we'll take 916-339-1140. What's the latest we can safely arrive at the airport? I would probably say we could arrive at the airport right around 3:45, 4 a.m.
4, I think would be fine. I mean,
which means we leave the house at what, 3:30, 3:45?
Yeah.
It's basically going to be like getting up to do the morning show, except the morning show is going to be a plane.
Right, and it's on Saturday, and it's after a Kings game.
Now, oh, God. Now, I don't know about you, but, man, that nap when I get home is going to be tremendous and probably non-existent because, family.
Yeah.
I do know that Saturday night will probably be an early night. And then on to Sunday.
Yes.
And then, my goodness gracious. That being said, we are obviously, our point is this. We are making major life sacrifices for you. For you.
Well, what could be a huge night, right? We gave the 3 scenarios of things that could happen.
Yes.
And I mean, again, I feel really good about it tonight, about them getting in tonight.
I do too. I
think 2 of the 3 will happen.
I'm not guaranteeing anything because I think that's really getting crazy.
You kind of did.
I will say this. They're clinching.
Yeah,
I fully believe that they are clinching tonight. I did not I hoped they would clinch Monday.
Yeah.
I did not have the confidence I do right now. There's too many ways for them to clinch.
Yeah, I think it's been a little bit odd that they haven't. Like I had a couple people, man, how many times are the Kings going to blow this? I went, wait, they've had 1 chance at it.
Yeah.
The Kings part. Now there's been 4 or 5 other scenarios over the days. I mean, it's really been since Saturday night. They needed 2 other things to go right, and 1 did.
Right.
Sunday, they just needed 1 thing to go right. It didn't. Monday, they were under their own control, but had 3 scenarios in play. All 3 didn't happen.
Right.
Last night, 1 scenario in play, and it didn't happen. It's been like the odds of all of that are pretty slim, but they've all happened so far. I think tonight's, though, with 3 more chances, it's happening.
The Kings have lost 3 of 5.
Have they?
They
because they had the 2-game losing streak.
They lost at Utah.
Yeah.
They lost to Boston, and they lost to Minnesota. Yeah. 2 of those came at home. They did win in Phoenix. They did win at home against Phoenix and Utah as well. They've lost 3 of 5.
But also 13-5 since the break, which is, like we said, the second best record since the All-Star break.
Yes, exactly. And teams are apparently starting to line up. I wonder how, obviously a lot of this is media created. People need story. Well, a guy on the team told me that blah, 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 blah. Draymond Green, speaking of, actually had mentioned something about how he'd love to play Sacramento in the first round. But then he went on his podcast. And I that's the thing about Draymond that's so frustrating and endearing. When he's in the right environment, I think Draymond's one of the most fascinating people in sports to listen to. And we've talked about it before. He is Barkley's heir apparent on the TNT stage. He's going to have a very good after basketball life should he want it in broadcasting. And I thought he made an absolutely compelling point. He said it has nothing to do with wanting to play, and I'm paraphrasing, nothing to do with wanting to play them from a talent standpoint. They're a good team. But if our goal is to win a championship, if we want to win a championship, we have to be able to beat teams like that. My thing is last year, our road to the finals was ridiculous. And he started going through all the different things and all the different places they had to go through.
Right.
And I understand that when you're in the NBA, you're on a private jet and you're doing this and you're doing that, but it is still travel. So he took us through it. He said, okay, so we had to go to Denver. Denver's a 2-hour flight from San Francisco, and you're up in altitude and all that. Then we got to get on a 4-hour flight to Memphis. We got to go back and forth there. Then we got to get on a 3.5-hour flight. We got to go to Dallas back and forth. And then for the NBA Finals, we had a 6-hour flight going out to Boston and back. Like, other than Miami, the furthest we had to fly, like we could possibly fly. Sacramento, we get on a bus for an hour.
Or fly. Sometimes they fly, but either way, I mean, it's 20 minutes if they fly.
And he goes, that for us, the veterans, we're not all, 22 years old. We're trying to win another championship. That would be an ideal matchup from a track. I don't take that. That's a perfectly valid explanation.
Well, and even in the other part of it, if we could somehow flip this and take the Kings as being a team 5 through 8, let's say, but this version of the Kings was still 3 where they are, I know who I'd want. I'd want to play the team that hasn't been there.
Yes.
That's what I would want if I was looking at, if I'm the Warriors, I don't want to play the Suns with Kevin Durant. I don't want to play Denver. I don't want to play Memphis. If I get to choose, if I could line it up, I see that thought.
Yeah.
That's what I would. Doesn't mean you're going to do it. Doesn't mean careful what you wish for. Sure. But I think if you could pick, I bet more people would pick that road to begin their playoff journey.
There's not a team in the Western Conference that I think is impossible for the Kings to beat in a 7-game series. I say impossible. I mean that I wouldn't give the Kings a fighting chance to beat or favor them. Now, we've talked about this before. Boston, Philly. I don't think the Kings are winning a 7-game series there. I strongly don't think that. But at the same time, looking at all the teams in the playoffs, I could sit here and make arguments.
Yeah.
The toughest one would probably be Oklahoma City. But hey, you know what? They're young. They're dumb. They've never been there before. Who knows? What if they get crazy hot? Blah, 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 blah. The Lakers. Oh, you got LeBron and AD in that surrounding cast. If they get healthy, look out. The Pelicans have been injured all year long. They're starting to get healthy. They're playing really good basketball. That's a tough matchup. Need I say more about the Timberwolves? Do I need to say anything about the Warriors, the defending champions, the Clippers, Kawhi, possibly Paul George, obviously the Suns? And then you know what I'm saying? You can make an argument for every single team in the Western Conference playoff picture beating the Kings, but also vice versa, them beating them as well. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get to the 3 for madness. Portland, the city of rivers, the lake. There's a lot of water there. Rip City, thank you. But I don't know if that's there. We'll look that up. NFL stuff, new numbers on the horizon, and we've got some Hall of Fame finalists that are going to make you feel old. We'll get to that next.
Catch every Niners game right here.
It's a new partnership. It's a new day. We're going to be able to build some things together. But let's not fool anybody. This has always been a Niners town.
Here's Purdy out of the gun looking for McCaffrey on the goal line. Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports, your official home for 49ers football in the 916.
Have you Googled yourself lately? Are there negative posts from an ex-employee or a former client? Maybe an outdated news article or sensitive personal information about your family? Search engines don't always get it right, but right or wrong, it's your reputation on the line. That's where Reputation Defender by Norton comes in. One of the most trusted names in online reputation repair, Reputation Defender has been fixing people's search results for over 15 years. Their cutting-edge approaches help you to wipe away unwanted information in your search results. They also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, helping you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. Take control with Reputation Defender. You can start by getting your free reputation report card at reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 to speak to an expert. That's 800-401-6681.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Dude, it's Rose City, duh. Duh on both of us. Portland's Rose City. ROSE, not RO, not like row your boat.
You ever been to the Rose Gardens in Portland?
I have not.
Beautiful.
I got dragged to some place called McMenamins. We were in Portland over the summer just for like a little trip with another couple, and they were all about this. There's these places called McMenamins that are like breweries or something. And
I know you, big brewery guy.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, literally. You know what's big in Oregon? This isn't a joke. RC Cola, like for real. 3 for Madness. J Mars, question 1.
You know what? Portland would be big on RC Cola. It's so hipster.
Yeah, exactly.
Babe, speaking of Portland, what are you guys most looking forward to, non-Kings related, in your travels to Portland the next few days?
I don't want to speak for Jason. I know we talked about this off the air with Frankie especially, but obviously the strip clubs.
There's some really good acrobatics.
Yeah.
I hate strip clubs.
Nah, Portland's different.
Non-Kings related. I think Portland's a cool city. Now, the weather's not going to be that great, to be honest, but I always like getting there and finding something.
Yeah.
You know, finding whether it's a restaurant. You know, everyone says go to Voodoo Donuts. I've done the Voodoo Donuts thing. I paid $35 for a dozen giant donuts and wait in line. I'm good on that.
They're fine.
Right. Yeah. They're pretty to look at. They're fine.
So you've done it.
I've done it.
As have I, and unless Frankie hasn't, like, it's like we've done it.
Frankie, you know what?
If Frankie can go do it himself.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Hey now.
Go to if you want somewhere to eat. Screen Door restaurant's really good.
Why? Give me what is the?
You've never done chicken and waffles. I keep forgetting that. Oh, Jason, the chicken and waffles are can't miss. Like when I mean can't miss, I mean it's can't miss.
I have another answer. Based on our trip a couple years ago in spring training in Phoenix. I saw that our Airbnb that you booked has cornhole, and I think you and I have had the most legendary matchups of all time. That should be on TV.
We could not move our arm for like 3 weeks. We started out cornhole in the backyard in Phoenix for spring training. I was just walloping Jason for like the first, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 matches.
I was point shaving.
Yeah. Then all of a sudden, Jason figured it out. The old athletic skills kicked in. And man, did he come back! And all of a sudden, it was like it was like Rocky and Apollo.
Yeah,
it was like Rocky.
We knocked each other out.
We did over and over and over.
Make sure you bring a jacket if you're going to cornhole because it is cold up there.
This arm doesn't need that.
Let's also say play cornhole. Okay, number.
Why?
Number.
What's wrong with the other way?
But I will say this: we're not up there to have fun.
Business trip.
It's a business trip. We are up there to bring you all the sights and sounds, and we want to thank Jiffy Lube for making all that possible. Number 2.
Question 2.
NFL clubs will now permit players to wear the number 0. Yeah. Should anyone care? Convince me to care. Give me your best argument why we should be happy with the number 0.
I know why. Here's one reason, and it won't happen, but dude, because I want to see Eric Armstead wear 0, and that way when he rubs his belly, he's rubbing the 0 like a big,
donut.
Yeah, like a big circle belly, and then a big 0.
Well, it sounds like denominator Lenore. God, I cannot say his.
No, wait, hold on. Yeah, who are you talking about?
Lenore.
What's the first name?
What is his first name? Are you talking about Frank Lenore? Or are you talking about Jim Lenore?
Oh, Jennifer.
Who are we talking about here?
Diamador Lenore.
Okay. You know what? You worked your way through it.
Wore number 0 in college. Sounds like if anyone switches that number, it'll be him. So your Eric Armstead wishes probably won't come true.
How about double 0? What's
Can't
the fascination of double 0?
Single 0 only
Why
in the NFL.
Why can't you do a double 0? No, I'm asking.
And why do we stop at 2 zeros? Why can't there be triple zeros?
Why can't there be a half?
That is a good question, though. I'd like to ask, like Robert Parrish or Willie Cauley said, why double zero over single zero? Or on the inverse, hey, Olden Polonies, why zero over double zero?
Yeah.
With 2 zeros, you can make little eyes.
I see you.
Hi. Well, I.
Question 3.
Oh, we're done. Dirk Nowitzki, Greg Popovich, and Dwayne Wade are all finalists to go into the Hall of Fame this year. If you had to pick just one to put in, who would it be?
Probably Pop.
That's where I was leaning. Just one?
Just one.
I mean, I don't think anybody would say, I don't think that Dirk Nowitzki or Dwayne Wade are the greatest basketball players of all time. They're great.
Yeah.
I think more people would say Greg Popovich is the best coach, or at least one of the greatest coaches. So
I think, well, first off, they're all 3 first ballot.
Yeah,
obviously.
They all deserve to be there.
And was Pop the recipient of the luckiest draft situation in modern day history in any sport, where you had David Robinson, who happened to be hurt for a year, which tanked the Spurs, which let him get Tim Duncan, and then the rest was history. They surrounded him with Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili, and they're off to the races for the dynasty. And you know what? Greg Popovich currently not in the playoffs. Last year, not in the playoffs. It's kind of funny. I'm joking. Greg Popovich is one of the greatest coaches of all time, but it is really funny how your coaching depends on, the talents you have
Also,
around you too.
Why doesn't a coach have to be retired for 5 years to go in like a
Great
player?
point.
Why does a player have to be retired for 5 years?
I agree. I find it weird that like you can be an active coach and be voted into the Hall of Fame, but as a player, you have to wait at least 5 years to even make the ballot.
Yeah, because like if Dwayne Wade came back, announced his return to the NBA and scored 2 points a game,
Right.
well, he's no longer Hall of Fame. Like,
Yeah, well, he'd have to wait literally 5 years again.
Yeah, that's just foolish. Like you think of him as a Hall of Famer, he's a Hall of Famer. But if he came back and I don't think there's a way to tarnish it, right? Like he stunk at his return. Well,
yeah,
who cares?
Why is it that? What are they worried about if you, let's say you retire and you're in the Hall of Fame, you're eligible immediately, and then you come back and play. So what? Oh, Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade suiting back up again.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
Is it maybe? I don't know. I'm giving him too much credit, I'm sure. Is there a weight in baseball and in all the sports because they don't want recency bias to kick in? They want a chance for history. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Trying to help them out here. Okay, number 4.
4 for Madness.
4 for Madness.
Okay,
yeah.
we don't have a 4 for Madness, but since you brought up that Spurs situation that happened 25 years ago with the Robinson injury, the year David Robinson was hurt, who led the Spurs in scoring?
Sean Elliott.
What year was it, Jay?
96, 97.
Is it somebody we're going to know?
Yeah, it is a player you've heard of.
Not Alvin Robertson.
Nope, not Alvin Robertson, but that's not the worst guess in the world.
96. Terry Cummings.
Danny Ferry.
Okay, so Sean Elliott was 3rd. Looking at the other guys, you guys said they're not even on the team.
They're not on the team.
You ready?
Yeah.
Jacques Dominique Wilkins
Wow.
led the Spurs in scoring with 18.2 points a game on 41% field, 29% three.
Interesting.
Sean Elliott was 3rd. Number 4, former King Vernon Maxwell.
Maybe Max.
And number 5, another former King, Vinny Del Negro.
Oh, remember Vinny Del Negro?
Me too.
NC State's
Correct.
Vinny Del Negro. As a matter of fact, we forgot to mention Matt George from one of the TV stations.
ABC 10.
He's going to be up.
Give him some love.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. They're sending him up there.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You guys rooming with him?
no, but maybe Matt George's kind of a partier.
That's
Yeah.
what he's known for.
I don't know if I want to handle that necessarily. I am kind of curious as to what other Sacramento media. Sean Cunningham. I don't even know this, but I know Sean Cunningham's go. Sean Cunningham goes to everything.
He's flying private, I heard.
Sean Cunningham, literally, if the Kings were playing in Zhangzhou, China, he'd be like, "Oh, look at Sean. There's Sean with his hat, Seaning." Sean goes everywhere.
He does.
It's been good for
I
him.
think there's multiple Seans.
He's cloned. We'll take a break when we come back. Well, let's look at this game tonight, this contest tonight. What a year for Portland, and I don't mean that in a good way. We'll tell you more like who's not playing and why that doesn't necessarily mean it's a guaranteed Kings victory. We'll do that next.
The Oakland A's open the 2023 season at home Thursday against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels.
Swung on and missed. That's the way this ball game ends.
Catch opening night on Sactown Sports at 7 p.m. live from the Coliseum.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120 to 109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Coming up on today's show, Kings color analyst KayteChristensen joins us at 8 a.m., followed by former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas at 9 from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you miss either of those interviews, you can check them out later today at SactownSports.com.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Oh, Europe. All right, music director. It's a fun one. So this is the band Europe. Song is The Final Countdown. I think, Jason, I would guess you'd get it, Jay, because of Generations. Maybe not. They had another hit. Do you remember the name of it?
The first countdown.
The middle countdown, the beginning countdown, the final. Nope, they had one more big hit, fairly big hit. Jason?
I don't have it.
Manic Monday.
I bet I know the song if you said it.
I think you probably would too. It actually peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1987.
I was 2.
Then I definitely know it.
Maybe the song is Carrie. No? We'll play it during the break. You'll know Carrie.
Really?
Carrie. Carrie.
Oh, with a C.
I usually know songs by.
Dude, Jason's pretty good. I was playing singing a Sade B-side, and he got it like immediately.
Really?
Whoa.
I just came back and go, was that Sade? He's like, what? I blew him away.
Okay, this is a long time question I've had because you two both said it the way. Is it Sade or Sade?
Sade.
You said there was
I think I said Sade.
And I've heard Sade. I know
Sade.
it's Sade. I know it's
just go Sade.
Sade. But I swear to God,
Sade.
I swear people put an R in there, dude.
That doesn't mean it's right.
I mean, it's wrong. Speaking of wrong.
No, I actually think it is.
Yeah, it's 100% wrong. The Portland Trail Blazers.
Oh, the Trail Blazers, they going to come in and they're going to play the Kings at the Motor Center. And they don't have all their best players because Damian Lillard is sitting out right now.
All right.
And so the Kings might clinch.
Yeah, make fun of the speech impediment, kid. Bottom line is that the Blazers have thrown in the towel, if you will. The Blazers have had enough of this crap. And they're done. We talked about it yesterday. It is kind of unfortunate. I think that's for fans anywhere. You know, they're still getting the same ticket prices, concession prices, whatever. Not our problem. Tickets as low as $6, by the way.
Wow.
If you maybe we'll grab ourselves a ticket or something like that.
Hey, if you can get to Portland, we'll get your tickets.
Yeah. You get up to Portland, we'll buy you a $6. I'll buy someone a $6 ticket. You fly up there, you do everything. I will buy you a $6 ticket. That is a commitment. That is an absolute commitment. By the way, courtside tickets are still going for like $500.
Okay, well, we won't do those.
That's crazy though. $6. That's like less than you'd pay average at a fast food restaurant for a meal.
It's true.
It really is, dude. $6. I think
what happened to those Blazers?
They suck.
No, that's actually the correct answer.
And
they made a bunch of moves that didn't do squat.
It was that dreaded team too that did the, hey, we're great for 8 straight years with Terry Stotts, but he's not good. It's along the lines of Adelman, right?
It is Adelman-esque.
8 years in a row of making it, of being a good team. I don't know that I ever thought of him as a championship caliber team, but one trip to the conference finals, and they thought, well, we got to change the coach. They tried that.
Well, wasn't it too? We need to bring in a defensive-minded coach because their defense was atrocious.
And isn't it just as bad, if not worse?
Yes.
So why does Chauncey Billups still have a job?
I bet he has one more year at it.
Maybe.
Yeah. And do you think he has one more year? Because they're basically like, we could have, Greg Popovich in here. It doesn't matter.
They didn't act that way going into each season, but last year, remember, they punted at the end and traded CJ and then shut down Dame. And I had the note here somewhere. What was it 2-20? I mean, they were 2-20 to finish. That's awful.
Yeah.
But they're tracking something similar to that right now. I think they're 4-13 since the break. So,
and there was a lot of scuttlebutt about them bringing in Jeremy Grant, and I was like, that's fine. That doesn't make you any better on the defensive end.
Right. Remember they traded for Thibault at the breaks. It's like, well, okay, they're kind of on the outside looking in, but they're going for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to completely blame him, but I think Chauncey Billups just part of it is he's a horrible coach. Like, first off, he
has a lot of backing though from the organization, both players, front office. Like, apparently they love him,
dude. Here's my thing, and I understand that there were some injuries in here, but by the way, Dame Lillard for the most part this season has been available, and he's Dame Lillard, but he can't do it by himself. You're talking about a roster that has Lillard. Anthony Simons is one of the more under the radar players in the NBA.
Yeah, he's also under the radar because he's like 5 feet. Like their backcourt,
he's 6'3".
We're taller than their backcourt.
I think there's a lot of people that wouldn't realize that Anthony Simons, who is all of 23 years old
and can't play a lick of defense,
averaged 21 points and 4 boards this year,
and probably gives up 40.
I don't think he's as bad a defender as you're saying. I'm not saying he's a good defender.
He's not a good defender.
You're acting like
but what
James
I'm saying is it's the same problem you had with Dame and CJ. You got two guys in the backcourt that can score the ball. Dame is not a great defender. But Simons can't play defense.
But then you have one of the best wing defenders in the game, Matisse Thybulle, who they picked up, and I love that move. Then you have Jeremy Grant, power forward, who's another scorer. And then you have Nurkic, who unfortunately is in and out. Cam Reddish, Shaedon Sharpe, who's up and down as a rookie.
That is a below average basketball team.
I completely disagree.
Okay.
No, hold on a second. I'm not saying they're a championship contender. I'm saying it's one of the more underperforming basketball teams in the NBA.
You could say it's underperforming, but what was their peak?
Huh?
What? See, in your eyes, both of you guys, if that team is, hitting on all cylinders with that roster, where should they be?
If you, let's just go with the familiarity. Let's say Terry Stotts came back, which he wouldn't, but that's the most familiar coach other than Chauncey Billups. And you had relative health. I think their peak is hosting a playoff series.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're you're asking me their peak.
Yeah.
Say their peak.
Yeah. To be fully healthy, we're talking about Lillard, obviously, Nurkic, Simons, Grant,
and Thybulle.
Yeah.
Well, be fair, Thybulle came in after the deadline.
But even if it was Josh Hart earlier in the year, that group, I think, should have been closer to a 500 team as a peak.
Yeah, something's weird there. And they're going to, I know we have this conversation.
But if you're 500, you're average.
Yeah.
So again, I think this is an average to below average basketball team.
They're going to have to make a decision this summer on Damian Lillard. We say that every single year, but there's just something not working. And at this point with Dame, you look at Damian Lillard's career and you look at Steph Curry's career, and this isn't fair. I usually absolutely hate these types of conversations because it's not fair to both players. But I will ask you this. Put Dame Lillard in Golden State for his whole career and put Steph Curry in Portland for his whole career. I don't know that it's that much different.
Right. If the Warriors won with Lillard, he's getting about love of one of the greatest of all time. What's interesting, here's where I think Dame's played this in a good way. He kept saying, I want to be a Blazer. I'm loyal. I don't want to join a team. What would be interesting now is I think it might be Portland that has to do it, not where Dame's requesting it. Just as an organizational decision, they could keep Dame and still be relevant, but they've tried to piece things around him. They just haven't quite figured it out where he is financially and where he is career-wise. This might be the summer that they have to think about moving him. And if they do, I don't think that looks bad on Dame. And it's just Portland's trying something different.
Assuming they lose Kyrie and Luka Doncic wants out, does Portland have the ammunition, including Dame Lillard, to make that move? Obviously, Dallas isn't going to trade Luka for Dame Lillard. That's silly and stupid. But Dame Lillard's making 42, 45, 48, 58. In 26-27, he's making $63 million. We're getting very close to the Dame Lillard is certainly in that range of what he's making right now, but that contract gets probably more toxic every year.
That's tough to move that.
You know who I could see going for that, though? And I think they have the pieces to make it happen? Miami.
Yeah.
That just seems like a Pat Riley move, man.
Depending on what they're willing to give up. But then again, whatever you give up is going to be, that's going to be tempered by that salary. That's a lot of money to
But they have the salaries to match, with Kyle Lowry, I believe, still on the books next year.
Lowry makes $29 million next year. And then you're gonna have to put, they have an option on Victor Oladipo for $9.5 million. Yeah, they could probably get it done, but they're gonna have to throw, I don't think Portland's doing it for Oladipo and Kyle Lowry.
No, you have to add picks and.
We are still, let's be clear, we're talking about Dame Lillard, and we're talking about a guy who is 3 years younger than Steph Curry. We're talking about a guy that is averaging 32 points a game this year, and it's not fluky. That's Dame Lillard. He's that good. So we're not talking about just some guy that's deteriorating. We're talking about a 32.7 assists, 5 rebound player that is also incredibly clutch, a great leader, a great representative of your city, and turns 33 in July. He's got years left.
He's got years left. What if it's Boston doesn't beat Philly or Boston doesn't beat Milwaukee. And then you're going, okay, Jaylen Brown is a starting point.
Interesting.
You throw in Marcus Smart because you need something else. I don't know.
That's really, really interesting because we've talked about that before. We talked about that yesterday, as a matter of fact. Keep an eye on the Celtics situation because Jaylen Brown is saying weird stuff. Now, I
don't know what he makes, probably 30, 25.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right there. So 28.7 this year. He'll make 30.7 next year on the final year of his contract. That's actually quite interesting there, too. Because from a Portland standpoint, are you getting Jaylen Brown on a one-year rental, trading the franchise player, Damian Lillard? Very, very interesting. I like that. Do you remember you said that, Jason?
I'll remember
100% see Dame Lillard in Boston. We'll take a break. When we come back, how do the Kings clinch tonight? We'll break down the scenarios for you as well, and why tonight is the night. Get your profound tweets, your videos, and your celebrations ready because, like it or not, the Kings are clinching the playoffs tonight. We'll be right back on SactownSports.com.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Marco the Hoop lays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Marco has gone berserk.
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down. Blocked by Sabonis. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Catch every Kings game on Sactown Sports.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own one report.
Since the 1950s, Warehouse Paint has been helping local homeowners and professionals bring color to life. Whether it's painting your home's exterior, repainting kitchen cabinets, or finding the perfect accent color, Warehouse Paint's expert team is here to help. You'll find a great selection of PPG and Benjamin Moore paints, along with local service you can trust. With 5 Sacramento area stores, Warehouse Paint is ready to help bring your next paint project to life. Visit warehousepaint.com for a store near you.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Great team. Where's the defense? Defense! Okay, everyone take a break. Greetings, Sacramento. Doug Christie here for the Good Feet store, asking, when is something too good to be true? When it probably is. And had I not experienced it for myself, this spectacular season would definitely qualify as too good to be true. So everyone out there in radio land, continue to enjoy. Something else that could seem too good to be true is Good Feet Arch Supports. But trust me, I've experienced firsthand the comfort, balance, and support possible with Good Feet Arch Supports. and so have countless others who have pretty much given up hope. It's time you felt good again. Take your feet to the Good Feet store for a free personalized arch support fitting and test walk. Experience for yourself the comfort, balance, and support missing in your life. The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, Stockton, Modesto, and now Vacaville, online at goodfeet.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
Katie will join us today by phone.
Okay.
I did one of my favorite things on a Wednesday. I always like to call it a reminder. It's a very polite thing to do. But also, apparently she had her alarm set for 7:45. I called her at 7:40. She was not happy about
boy.
that. Let's just put it this way. When we ended the phone call, she did not say goodbye.
Were expletives used?
She'll greet me.
Oh, sure.
She's always nice when I pick up.
I'm just going to predict something. She is going to come in hot today. I mean, she hung up on me. I'll say it.
Wow.
I'll say it. She hung up on me. So we'll see. Could be a fireworks interview, and we'll have her on at 8. Speaking of fireworks, Kenny Thomas, he's a firecracker. He's going to join us at 9, and that will be on video. Kenny's got the setup, man.
He does.
Kenny is not missing. And you know what I love about Kenny, too? Always promoting.
Yeah.
Promoting us on Instagram, on his Insta, and all
Will
that.
the video cut out? That's the question.
100%. Yes. Jason, you have a nice Excel spreadsheet with strings and yarn and numbers and all that. Beautiful mind style. What are the scenarios for the Kings clinching tonight?
All right. Can I give you one other update?
You can do whatever.
I'm going to go to the sports anchor desk and check in with Jay Mars on an injury report for tonight.
Yes, the Portland Trailblazers PR has released the injury report for 3/29. That's today, as the Portland Trailblazers take on your Sacramento Kings. Dave, you ready for this?
Are you saying Portland has a player or two out?
Confirmed out.
Okay.
Ibubashi, who has a left knee surgery recovery. We all knew that.
Yeah, well.
Jeremy Grant,
Heard
left
him.
quad contusion. Dame Lillard, right calf tightness.
Very tight.
Nurkic, right knee soreness. Anthony Simons, right foot soreness.
It's 4 starters.
Winslow's out, left ankle sprain. And doubtful tonight are Cam Reddish and Trenton Watford.
So it's going to be watch Matisse Thybulle and Shaden Sharp take on the Kings?
And Ryan Arcidiacono.
And Nasir Little.
Let me see if I can put together a starting lineup, and I'm sorry, and you tell me if I got somebody that's injured. So starting, if we're just going by the depth chart, starting a point guard, Ryan Arcidiacono.
Yeah.
Okay. Shaden Sharp in the backcourt, assuming Cam Reddish is out.
Yeah, he is.
He's out. He's doubtful.
He is out.
Well, he's
Okay.
doubtful.
Oh, okay.
That means he's out.
Matisse Thybulle is your normal starting 3 anyways. Nasir Little at power forward, and then
They'll play Eubanks.
Yeah, Drew Eubanks at center.
That'll be the starting lineup. And then their depth, it gets to was it Keon Johnson, probably Butler,
Kevin
and Knox, Walker. Yeah, it's thin. That team again had some rough games here lately.
Hearing they might try to get Drexler out of retirement tonight.
I mean,
fill in some minutes at the 2.
And when we checked this out at 6 a.m., Jason, the Kings versus the Blazers tonight, the Vegas betting line has the Kings favored still at 14 points. Why, as a Kings fan, then? And I don't think this is just me being me. I don't feel like I'm the only one. Why, as a Kings fan, do I look at that starting lineup and I go, oh, God.
Yeah.
Like, I can 100% see, like, second quarter, Blazers 55, Kings 45.
I can see that. And then I can see it much like the game. It's very much the same lineup that was here. Remember first game after the All-Star break when it took Portland 9 days to get here for a game? And they had all the travel and snow and all that. And then Dame on the plane all of a sudden was ruled out. So was Grant. Right. Nurkic was already out. Simons didn't play. And I think it was like 17-3 Portland right out of the chute. And then the Kings won comfortably. So it's because they're professional athletes and they can compete and all that. But over time, when you start to get into the bench and the depth and hopefully the Kings are committed to being on their game and get them out of the way.
If my math is correct, and I actually for once do think it is, in the last 3 games with Damian Lillard out, they have lost all 3, and I believe they've lost all 3 by a combined 68 points.
Okay.
So,
yeah. They had 35 points at the half 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago, whatever it was.
That was in a loss, I believe, to New Orleans, 124-90.
Yeah.
And then they only lost to Oklahoma City by 6, but then 124-96 to Chicago. That was after them going to Utah and winning by 12. But, of course, that was Lillard's last game. So, weren't cut out for the Blazers.
Yeah. So here's what's at stake. You asked about the spreadsheet of what's going on, how the Kings get in tonight. Here's the recap for everybody. The scenario number 1, the game that starts the earliest is the Clippers and the Grizzlies. That's at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
If the Clippers lose that game, which I believe, I don't know, you probably have the point spread there. I'm guessing Grizzlies by, 8, 7.
Let's see.
That's a
Grizzlies, I actually think it's slightly less than that, weirdly enough. I want to say it was 4.5 earlier today.
Okay.
It's Memphis by 4.
Okay.
Memphis by 4.
So Memphis is favored. They're the hotter team. They're playing better. They're at home. But the Clippers lose that game. The Kings are guaranteed the 6th seed, which guarantees them a playoff berth. The magic number's still at 1. Another scenario that gets the Kings in, the Timberwolves losing to the Suns. Now, Timberwolves have been playing better. The Suns, though, are getting Kevin Durant back. It's his home opener.
Yes.
Should be some, his home debut, I should say, some excitement for that. So either one of those 2 things happen. That game starts the same time as the Kings. The Kings would secure the 6th seed. If both of those teams lose, the Kings are guaranteed the 5 seed. So that's a little bit better. The best case scenario tonight, Dave, is the Kings beat the Blazers. Forget all that other stuff. That all can help them. But if the Kings beat the Blazers, the Kings, at a minimum, would be the 4 seed, which guarantees them first round home court advantage. They can obviously move up as the days go on. And just on the one negative side, I'll point this out, is probably a matter of time. But if this happens tonight, if the Kings were to lose to the Blazers and the Nuggets beat the Pelicans, the Kings cannot be the 1 seed.
They'd be officially eliminated
from being 1, which I don't think anybody thinks is happening anyway. But just for facts out there, that could happen tonight.
So let me ask you this. If the Timberwolves, first off, Kings lose to the Blazers tonight.
Okay.
Are we officially worried about this team?
I'm
not talking about playoffs and clinching and blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about, are we worried about them?
It would probably be, again, without context. I try to make a context where that is not the most disappointing loss. Like the other night was disappointing. I say disappointing because of what was at stake in front of the home fans.
Yeah.
Losing to Minnesota is obviously showing that it's been a tough matchup. Minnesota's playing well. This would be a really tough one to explain. And so worried, I would think maybe for as long as 24 hours, because if you come back and beat Portland on Friday, then maybe things are right and you win the last couple. It's like, okay, what was that? But yeah, in the short term of how we react to game by game, I think people would be worried, because I think you would have to play a very bad basketball game to lose.
The way the standings are right now, again, from a playoff perspective, the Kings are almost certainly mathematically in the playoffs and most likely the 3 seed. They still have a 5-game lead on the Suns. The Minnesota Timberwolves, with the Warriors winning last night, fell a half game behind the Warriors for 6. They play in Phoenix tonight. It's the return of Kevin Durant. Here's my other question. If the Timberwolves go into Golden State, Sacramento, and then Phoenix with Durant, and they're able to get a win tonight, are we officially scared to death of facing the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round?
No.
Okay.
I'm not. If you want percentages on where the Kings can finish?
I do.
Right now, the highest percentage is 3, which we figured 92%.
Okay. Yeah.
4, 5, 6, or 7 are still in play, but they're all basically less than, like, fractions of 1%.
So it's a fraction of 1% that they would even be the 4 seed? Wow.
The higher is 2, is 7. And then it's also that less than 1% is to be 1.
Needless to say, everybody, never say it's a guarantee.
Right. Because, look, they just came away with, 5 scenarios over the last 4 days. It didn't happen.
Why is the chat talking about replacing De'Aaron Fox with Dame Lillard?
I don't know.
Why? I love Dame Lillard. He's my favorite non-game. Why would you even talk?
Can I say who came up with that idea?
Is it Earl?
There you go.
I don't know.
You know what?
No, I don't know. Maybe No, Earl's saying replacing Fox with Dave doesn't move the needle for his team, for this team. So was it Russell?
I feel like those two share a brain.
They both were.
It's by default Earl.
Dropped on their heads as kids. I got to say. Yeah, I'm saying, chat, let us know who started that. I'll bet you it's Earl or Russell.
Again, they share a brain, so it's the same person.
Earl Russell. Either way.
It's like twins. Schwarzenegger and DeVito.
Mm-hmm. Well, our Kyle's in there too. Kyle Ledbetter.
Not like twins.
No, outside chance. Wait, hold on. Are they saying that Callis and Rami were talking about it yesterday? Because that's actually kind of funny if that's the case. Were they talking about it like, well, would you do this? Or were they talking about like, you should do this? So there's a difference. If they're talking about you should do this, then we need to drug test both of them. I don't know if we do that here, but I have a feeling they weren't. I have a feeling they were simply floating the idea of would it be a needle mover? And yeah, I don't think so either. So I'll stand in front of the afternoon show and stop throwing them under the bus.
Jason has stopped commenting in pure disgust.
We'll take a break.
Of the idea.
When we come back, we'll ask Katie. Well, Katie loves it when we ask her about trades and different moves.
Katie, especially this morning.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be on one live from Portland. KayteChristensen, analyst for your Sacramento Kings, joins us next.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Come back and beat Utah on Saturday night. I was in the building.
Yes, sir.
No more Cattles curse. Get it out of my face.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that's been done.
It's gone.
It's the Cattles cookout now. I mean, when you go to the arena, cats is getting cooked.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Arnold Law Firm.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. We'll have a cool start to your Wednesday, along with a couple of passing showers. Showers will be on and off again throughout the afternoon, and maybe a thunderstorm as well. Plan for highs in the mid-50s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
The Arnold Law Firm has seen how a collision can turn anyone's life upside down in a heartbeat. So remember to be a little more alert on the road and stay safe. The Arnold Law Firm, providing real justice for you since 1975. Call 916-777-7777.
At Elk Grove Honda, we'd like to help you purchase your next new Honda. Right now at Elk Grove Honda, new Hondas are arriving on a regular basis, including the newly designed CRV, new design Accords, exciting Civics, and much more. And Elk Grove Honda's pre-owned inventory offers choices there as well. So give Elk Grove Honda a chance to show you the new or pre-owned Honda you're looking for. We are Elk Grove Honda in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or visit us at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Ace fans need Friday night plans? Well, we got you covered. Get 4 tickets and parking for any Friday night game starting at just $49 with the Friday 4-pack presented by Chevrolet. Save big and enjoy great matchups, post-game fireworks and drone shows, giveaways, and more this 2023 season.
He drills one to right, way back, and no doubt, and that quickly the A's have taken the lead. Second deck.
Friday night tickets are available at athletics.com/value. That's athletics.com/value.
Individual rates, coverage, offerings, and savings may vary, subject to terms and conditions, not available in all areas. If you're a small business owner, listen up. Pi Insurance wants to give you one of those aha moments, the kind that could save you money. Workers' comp is probably one of the biggest costs you face. But did you know that insurance providers have flexibility in setting their prices? That's right. But many don't bother giving small businesses the savings you deserve. Instead, you can get lumped in with other businesses and overcharged. Pi Insurance was created to change that. With Pi, you get a quote tailored specifically to your business, and you could save up to 30% with no hassle and no hidden fees. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified. Take 3 minutes to see how much you could save with Pi Insurance. Ask your agent for Pi or go to trypi.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughty Wood Barbecue.
KHTK AM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your local sports leader in the 916. This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120 to 109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Coming up on today's show, Kings color analyst KayteChristensen joins us at 8 a.m., followed by former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas at 9 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you miss either of those interviews, you can check them out later today at SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
boom, with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
I'm noticing a funny, I don't know what it is, thing happening. I don't know. You're probably getting this too, Jason. Jay, you might be. Are you having like not random, but friends, family, maybe people around the city? Are you getting texts asking for clinching situations?
No.
I'm the only one that literally.
Well, I get those texts, but it's for different situations that involve clinching.
I understand that. Like running through the math via text on every day. It's like, well, how do we clinch tonight? Well, if they did. That's why I'm so glad you put all this stuff together.
Yeah, I put it out on Twitter for those that want to see it, like just tangible right in front of them.
Makes me sound smart. Thank you. And everybody else around the water cooler. That's what the consultants say. Yes. You want to learn stuff and you want to sound good around the water
cooler. So many people over at the water cooler right now.
So many.
Oh, gathered.
I was so proud of our next guest the other night as I was there. And
I'm so angry.
You are? Why?
I just wish I could quote what she told me over the phone, and I can't.
What'd she tell you? I mean, what was the subject? Can you tell me the subject.
You.
Oh, was she saying like cool stuff, but you can't say it on the air?
Absolutely.
I was so proud of her because you know what? It was supposed to be, we were hoping for a clinch.
Yeah.
We were hoping for everything. And who was decked out in all purple? All purple.
Katie was.
Your analyst for the Sacramento Kings, who hasn't talked to me in like 20 minutes after hanging the phone up on me. KayteChristensen. Good morning, Katie.
Oh, good morning, guys.
Literally hung the phone.
Is that right?
I called
Not
her.
sweet Katie. I can't imagine that.
I call her to say.
So, Jason, you know that sweet Katie would never hang up on him unless it were prompted, right?
That's true.
Oh, sorry that I called you to say, hey, good morning.
No,
Time to wake
I'm
up.
sure there's more to it.
We have a game.
Dave, there's a little bit more to what you said that prompted the hang up. But anyway, let's talk Kings clinching. Give me the mask, Dave.
Hey, well, here's the question, Katie. The Kings need to beat Portland tonight to as one of the scenarios. Will they hang up on the questions as to whether or not they can clinch tonight? They got to win, right?
Yeah, I mean, one would think, right? If you the next 3 games, you look at the 2-game series here in Portland, and then we come home, and then the Kings play against the Spurs. That's the easiest part of the remaining schedule, if you will, because after that you go on the road, at New Orleans, at Dallas, back to back, come home, play Golden State, and then leave and go on the road and finish up with Denver. So, yeah, I mean, it should happen tonight. Obviously Portland has gone in a totally different direction, and I think quite a bit of that actually started with the loss to the Kings coming directly out of the All-Star break. So it is no advantage to them to win games, and it certainly is an advantage for us.
You know, Kate, if we go back to the other night when the Kings had their own individual chance to do it, and that was the moment everybody was hoping for at home. Why did Minnesota have so much success? Obviously, this was a team that what they did in that game and what everybody said afterwards was run them off the 3-point line, so they didn't take as many, certainly didn't make them. But they also still did a pretty good job of protecting around the rim. All that being said, the Kings had their chances to win. What was Minnesota's secret to their success the other night?
Well, the reality of the matter is the Kings have struggled against Minnesota all year. Every single game this season, all 4 of them were very close. I think they've all been 7 or less points that it was decided by. And I went back and looked during the game because I have weird game boards that tracks all kinds of weird stuff. So I can pull stuff randomly really quickly, and I might use it once in 82 games. So that was the 11th game this season where the Kings finished in double digits in 3-point field goals made. 3 times against the Timberwolves. So both times up in Minnesota. They had a great shooting night at Golden 1 the first time they matched up against them. But that is a very good team in terms of they're very good at taking away threes and running people off the line. But the Kings have really struggled with Minnesota's length. Really, really struggled with the length across the board on their roster. And there are just some teams that, you know, from a personnel standpoint, you just struggle with a little bit more. But it's interesting because we've talked on the broadcast, you guys, about Graham Becker, who is the you know, kind of the psychologist for the team. He started traveling with the team. Really, really nice, calm, you know, long bearded, bald guy. That's like, you know, he is like the basketball whisperer to all of these guys. And I was talking to him last night. There was like a staff and a family dinner on the road, and he was sitting at our table, and, you know, he said, the hardest part of my job right now is bringing these guys down. It's not getting them up. He said, they're so high. They so understand the moment and so badly want the clinch to happen that his big challenge right now is to get them to play at a normal level of like calmness, right? And I think that kind of goes back to what happened in that game against Minnesota. It's just you can want it so bad that it just slightly takes you out of your game and your rhythm. And I think that has a little bit to do with it.
And as KayteChristensen joins us, is that something to keep in mind come playoff time? We talked about that, Jason and I did yesterday, that if there's a bright side, maybe they wilted. I don't know if that's the right word, wilted a little bit under the lights and the pressure. Better to do it then on Monday than to do it in game 1. But is that something that ultimately they're going to need to fix or be on top of when they get under the bright lights of the playoffs?
I hate to say it because I know how much you celebrate it, but that's a really good question. There's a train of thought, right, that you would think that maybe this would be, you know, getting it out of the way and clinching and that would alleviate it. But I don't necessarily think that will. I think that there is, no matter how you look at it, there is a ton of external pressure on everyone on that roster, on that coaching staff. And it's for a good reason, but it's because of how much the city and fan base deserves this, and they're very cognizant of that. So I think that puts a little bit different pressure on, teams that, we haven't been to the playoffs for a couple years, but we're back now. Like it's a different type of expectation and pressure that is put on you. But I will say this, it's a good thing that playoff, series are 7 games. You get 2 at home, 2 on the road, 1-1-1, right? That is a really, really good thing. And the Kings have played incredibly well on the road this season. So I might expect, like in the first round, it is a possibility, a very strong possibility that they could, struggle that first game just because of, let's say, being under the bright lights, right? But also they've got guys like Harrison Barnes, Delhi that have kind of been there. And then I really think that De'Aaron and Domas have been really incredible leaders. So I'm hoping that this was a good little test and now it's maybe a little bit out of their system.
Katie, you think tonight's the night for Keegan? I mean, I know the team didn't take that many threes. He didn't take that many, had some good looks to break that record the other night. He's really close now and maybe is a little bit more free playing on the road against this Portland team. You think that record goes down tonight for rookie threes?
I sure hope so, because I got all kinds of fun stats that I've had in my bag. Here's the thing about Keegan's shooting. It is like absurd, right? I looked it up and, the numbers compared to Donovan Mitchell are really like, it just kind of illuminates how special what he's doing is. And yes, the record is going to fall. It'll fall before the end of the season. And, I don't know how long it'll be before someone has the ability to come in and break it. And certainly not at the level that Keegan is shooting in terms of accuracy, right? Donovan Mitchell shot 34% from beyond the arc his first season. So he took way more than Keegan just by the numbers. And Keegan is a very high volume shooter. So it puts it in perspective, and Keegan is definitely shooting, over 40%. So this just doesn't happen what he's doing. So I'm excited for him to break it, because I would like that to get kind of off of his mind as well.
What is Portland going to do with Dame Lillard in the offseason? And I know that's an impossible question for you to answer, but as a basketball fan as well as an analyst, do you look at a guy like Dame who's been there his whole career, and do you wish he went somewhere else to maybe win a title? Do you think he's fine there for his whole career? How do you look at that situation?
It's tough because not a lot of guys stay with the same organization through and through. And usually the ones that do are the ones that have had a lot of success there. And if you look at it, I mean, they have had a lot of success here. They just haven't had the success that you would wish for a player of Damian Lillard's, kind of status, if you will. And I do really appreciate his loyalty. I think that's something that he is just through and through, a very loyal guy. And he wanted to be here. He wanted to bring it to Portland, the team, the city that believed in him from the beginning. And if you go from a psychological standpoint with Dame Lillard, going back to when he was drafted, that was a really important thing for him. And I think he's paid it off exponentially, in terms of his desire to stay here. But I think that, might be a point for him where he's like, okay, I don't have very much time left. I want to try somewhere else. Do I hope as a basketball fan? I don't think it matters to me. To me, it's like, I don't need a player to win a title to know that they're one of the best.
Sure.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like Charles Barkley, it's a big joke. He never won a title. He was one of the best, right? And he's always going to be. Dame Lillard is special in a way, not a lot of players will ever be like him and reach the level of success that he's had as a shooter, as a pure shooter. Whether he wins a title or not, it doesn't matter. I think the important thing is I really am sick and tired of people, the talking heads, getting up there on TV and saying he needs to leave. He should have left a long time ago. Like, Portland doesn't deserve him. Like, this is his life. It's his choice. Let him make it and keep your opinions out of it.
That's KayteChristensen, never short on opinions. You can see her tonight in Portland, where we will be.
Yeah.
As the Sacramento Kings take on the Blazers. We will rely on Katie tomorrow to show us around the city and come up with cool places to eat and fun things to do. And thank you in advance, Katie. We look forward to spending 3 full days with you starting this afternoon.
Dave, I need you to bring an extra suitcase. I went shopping yesterday.
Dude, really? Because I really, truly believe that.
I do, actually. I do.
Just
I'm
one
glad
extra
we did this
suitcase.
on air. Yeah. All right.
I'll bring the big one.
I can't wait to see you guys.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
KayteChristensen, the big suitcase.
She went shopping.
I guess I am checking a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll take a break.
That's what happens when you go to Oregon. No sales tax, man.
It's actually seriously, and Katie is Frugal McFrugalton. So, yeah, probably. When we come back, we will be in Portland tonight for the game. We'll talk about the post-game reactions as well, what's on the table, and so much more. We get into tonight's game next right here on Sactown Sports.
The only place you'll find Harrison Barnes is Sactown Sports.
He's got the bucket at the buzzer. Harrison Barnes.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Harrison Barnes, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
If you own a small business, you've probably been hearing a lot about the ERC, how it's worth up to $26,000 per employee, how easy it is. You know the spiel. So why am I still talking to you about it now? Because many of you still haven't filed a claim, but Innovation Refunds can help you close the book on this thing. They're backed by one of those big CPA firms the corporations use, so they can determine once and for all if your business qualifies. And it's free to find out. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
They bleed black and purple. It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on your local sports leader, Sactown Sports.
Do anyone want to know what this thing is on Liza Minnelli? You guys are
on
about?
Leave it to us.
Yeah.
It's more Judy Garland than Liza Minnelli, but that's fine.
More Judy Garland than who?
Liza.
Liza who?
Minnelli.
Welcome back.
Who is 77?
I'm going to be Jay Mars here. Liza's still with us?
Yeah.
Oh,
fantastic.
My God.
And she's single.
I thought she passed. Good. Awesome good for her. Hey, I'm not making a joke. I'm asking a serious question. Jason, you and I, similar generation. All right, when you think of Liza Minnelli, first thing you think of?
Arthur?
Yes, that is 100% the correct answer. I watched that when I stayed at, we used to get dropped off for like babysitting, daycare, whatever. And I don't know why, but Arthur was like one of the 3 movies we could put in the VCR.
Yeah.
VCR is a thing you used to put tapes in to watch movies.
You would put VHSs.
Yes.
What are VHSs?
Dude,
Tapes.
Oh, what are tapes?
By the way, what does VHS
VHSs
stand for? Video
home system?
That sounds correct. Let me look it up.
Uh-huh. Okay. So anyways, yeah, we'd watch Arthur, Dudley Moore, who has passed.
Yes.
Liza Minnelli. I think there was also some old English guy in there too. It was like the butler or something that like John Gielgud or something like that. And you know who's a
very good, Jason. Video home system.
Very well done. Big character in Arthur, by the way, Christopher Cross.
That's right.
When you get on between the road and New York City.
Christopher Cross made some good records.
His first album's
Christopher
incredible.
Cross made a good record. You ever want to go down a rabbit hole? We won't do that right now because people want to talk Kings basketball, Jay. But look up Christopher Cross's career arc. He comes out with a record. He's got a Sailing.
Yeah.
The theme to Arthur. What's the one where he had Michael McDonald? Yeah, Fly Like the Wind with Michael McDonald. Ride Like the Wind with Michael McDonald in the background. He won like Grammy for best album, art, like won everything. And then that's it, man. Christopher Cross gone.
And every time I hear that song, now I Ride Like the Wind, I think of you because of the video you showed me of, was it
Rick Moranis.
Second City TV?
No, guys,
Rick Moranis was brilliant. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty windy up in Portland.
Yeah,
tonight.
sure is. You know what? It's not a good transition. No, it's not. But because when I fly, I look at the wind weather, the wind forecast. You know where it's going to be windy right around takeoff? Sacramento, California, with gusts between 25 and 30 miles an hour. So that's going to be neat.
Yeah.
But when we arrive in Portland, we'll be there, and we'll pretty much get down, set, and then we're off to Moda Center.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting? One of the things that Katie brought up was the psychologist part of the Kings.
Yes.
I know that's a team factor. Every team kind of has that, but just trying to get everybody to just relax and the moment's going to happen. And I'm sure everybody was elevated, all the opinions, all the feelings, everything they wanted to do it the other night. In some sense, there might be some stress taken off because it's on the road, and they might find out even before tip-off that they're in. But still, they just got to get back to winning. And it's been one loss, but just get a win.
Can I just say how cool it is that and I don't know if every team does this. I don't think so. Can I say how cool it is that they have somebody like that on staff?
Yeah, I think that's important.
They make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
They're coddled. They fly on private jets. They stay in 5-star hotels. I understand that. It's still a mental grind to be in that spotlight and to have the ability to talk to somebody and conversate with them. That's a mental coach as well as a physical coach. Kudos to Vivek and Monty and everybody there for doing that.
I think the differentiator in sports a lot is between the years. I mean, honestly, you start looking talent for talent. There's some people that you go, wow, they just have the physical. Like LeBron is physically, genetically bigger than people in the league. Or you'll go, man, Sabonis is so big. Then you see Jokic, you're like, okay, that's just a different size man, and they're both massive.
Yeah.
But then where's the skill? Then you go to the other part where like all this is pretty high level, but what's between the years?
Well, we'll find out a little bit of that tonight in a place that historically has been really tough, well, for any team to play, but for the Kings to play. And that's a proud franchise. I'd probably say Salt Lake and Portland if I had to pick similar venues.
Absolutely. To Sacramento.
Those would probably be the two, and similar fan bases.
Mm-hmm.
It's a proud fan base. They've seen a lot of great stuff. They also have had that difficulty getting over the top, whether it was in the Drexler years, he was blocked by Michael Jordan and old friend Rick Adelman coaching that team, or whether it's in these Dame Lillard years. But what they've managed to do really twice, what would you say, Jason, for the better part of 40 years, for most of that, it's either been Drexler or Lillard. You had the what people call the Jailblazers kind of run in between, but even that team was relatively successful.
Yeah.
You've had a lot. I mean, that Portland really is, along with Utah, two blueprints. San Antonio, of course, would be another one. Just because you're a small market doesn't mean you have to be terrible at basketball.
Not at all.
That's unfortunate. Listen, I'll take the win. I don't care. But it is kind of unfortunate that Portland's in the situation where they let go of Terry Stotts, who, by the way, is not back in the NBA. That's a little bit weird to me. And I believe he wants to be back in the NBA. He did nothing but win with Portland. And now you go into a game tonight, as you said. The Kings will probably have clinched by game time, but if not, can certainly clinch with a win over Portland, a game which they're favored right now by 14. Portland's sitting everybody. So Kings have their work cut out for them. At the same time, stay focused, dude. These are still NBA players.
That's the thing. It's if you ask, would you rather the Kings be in a 2-game set going to Denver for these 3 days or to Portland? I'd pick Portland based on how they're playing, based on who they're playing.
Yeah.
We gave that injury report for today where 4 starters are out. Several subs are questionable. So they're going through an organizational that. The organization wants them to lose. The players that are playing tonight don't. Yeah. They want to win.
Yeah.
Can they? Can the Blazers beat the Kings? Of course they can, but you go, one, the Kings are a better team. They're favored. They've got a goal in mind, and, they don't need style points tonight. If they win by 1, that's all that matters. Now, if they win by 1, we're on the show tomorrow going, okay, what's the deal with that? Why did they only win by 1? What was wrong? Why did they need 45 from De'Aaron and 28 in the fourth quarter just to beat the Blazers by 1?
Right.
All those things we would say, but in the end, it really doesn't matter. They just have to find a way to win the game. But if you're now choosing avenues, win the game, look good doing so. To me, the perfect road is just probably what the coaching staff is going to say today is go early. Get this thing started from the get-go. Jump on the Blazers early. Take their spirit away.
Right.
Because it's like the NCAA game where that 15 seed is, Princeton's here against Arizona. You're underdog. You're not going to win. Wait, it's close. Wait, hey, we're just as good. Wait, we're going to beat them.
Yep.
And then those things can happen. So you'd love to get in control of the game early, but the way this goes, and a lot of times for the Kings, they don't do that.
No, if a team's on the second night of a back-to-back, big advantage. If the team's starting, pretty much their entire bench, that's an issue. We already talked about it earlier. They're probable, our best guess to their starting lineup is Ryan Arcidiacono, Shaden Sharp, the rookie, Nasir Little, Drew Eubanks, and who is he? Oh, Matisse Seibel, excuse me. It was their one starter. That's a team that the Kings should handily beat. But you also have guys not only with pride, you have guys playing for contracts, you have guys playing for spots around the league. They're never underestimate the power of a professional athlete having a bigger opportunity word. They know going into tonight's game, there's no Dame, there's no Grant, there's no Simons. I'm getting shots, I'm getting plays called for me. And if they get confidence, to your point, Arizona Princeton, if they get confidence, well, now all of a sudden it's on, and on any given Wednesday, any team can beat any team. So it'd be nice to have a nice 20-point lead going to the second quarter, I think is what we're saying. We'll take a break. When we come back, and we'll talk a little bit more in depth on what's happening with the Blazers as well, and what the Kings can do to avoid that similar fate as a small market. We'll get to that next.
The Oakland A's open the 2023 season at home Thursday against Shohei Ohtani and the Angels.
Swung on and missed. That's the way this ball game ends.
Catch opening night on Sactown Sports at 7 p.m. live from the Coliseum.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you are like the thousands of people that take advantage of March for replacing your heating and cooling system, then this message is for you. Hi, I'm Mario, owner of Attic Man Heating and Air, and March is the most popular month for replacing old, inefficient heating and cooling systems because of milder temperatures and end-of-winter rebates. If you've even contemplating replacing your old AC system, act now. Take advantage up to 5 years of interest-free financing and 10-year warranties. I know, it sounds way too good to be true, but it is true. 10 years of worry-free operation, but you have to book online today at atticmanhvac.com. Attic Man Heating and Air.
Start your grilling season at Nugget Markets for a chance to win the ultimate outdoor cooker, the Big Green Egg. Perfect for grilling, barbecuing, or slow cooking the perfect ham, the Big Green Egg is the ultimate outdoor cooker for versatility, eco-friendliness, and fantastic flavor. From searing a steak to smoking ribs low and slow, even baking your Easter pies. Everything tastes better on the egg. Want to win one of your own? Drop by your local Nugget Market to enter to win and stock up on gourmet ingredients to make your Easter amazing. Also sign up for Nugget's Secret Special for exclusive savings, great recipes, and more ways to win. Stop by your Nugget Market today.
If the sticker price markups that new car dealers are demanding are scaring you away from a brand new vehicle, you can still get the vehicle you want and save thousands at M&S Auto on El Camino right off the Cap City Freeway. M&S Auto has literally hundreds of gently used but beautiful Silverados, Rams, and Tacomas. And if you love muscle cars, they've got Challengers and Mustangs too. M&S Auto Sales. Great cars and trucks and fair deals every day. Come and get yours. MSAutogroup.com.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
When you're ready to get properly fitted for golf clubs, join the thousands of Northern California golfers who visited the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio. Players of all abilities found the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio offers answers to questions about golf club fitting. You'll find a professional staff of fitters, major equipment brands, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan. See for yourself at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Call 916-808-2531 to schedule your fitting. 808-2531 for longer, straighter drives.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters and a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home, and the men who use PTO to catch afternoon basketball in March with the boys. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Who wants to settle for a single TV? With more TVs, bigger screens, plus our fabulous scenic views, there's more to watch at Twin Peaks.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120 to 109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Coming up on today's show, Kings color analyst KayteChristensen joins us at 8 a.m., followed by former King and current analyst Kenny Thomas at 9 from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. And if you miss either of those interviews, you can check them out later today at SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sactown Sports.
Let's see if Brian Windhorst is yammering about the Kings again.
I think about whose weakness is the most manageable. So, like, you look at Denver. I don't know if they can defend at the highest level for 3 rounds. I know they can score. I don't know if they can defend. I don't know if Jokic, when he gets put in bad matchups, can do it. I look at Memphis. Defense is awesome. They've been the number 1 defense in the West the entire year. Jaren Jackson might win Defensive Player of the Year.
Get to the Kings.
Half-court offense. It kills you in the playoffs. Kills you. Sacramento. Bottom 5 defense. Phoenix.
That's what we got out of him there was Sacramento. And he almost said Phoenix.
But what did that tell us? Like, he picked apart Denver a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, Memphis, great defense.
Right.
But then if the knock is that they can't, like, everybody does that to a great offensive team if they can't defend. Like, well, they can't defend.
Right.
But they are great offensively. So, but the great defensive team, if they can't score, that's also a problem too.
Yeah.
So
but you just kind of skip through.
And I go back to, I mean, I know he said Memphis is great defensively, but I mean, the Kings have scored on them, beaten them twice. Kings have scored on all the great defensive teams.
You know, he's not the only national guy to have this feeling. And if you missed it earlier, here's the complete clip of Brian Windhorst on ESPN talking about how people want to play the Kings this year.
With respect to the Kings fans and Kings Nation who are about to have a big game night tonight, the Kings are the mark. The Kings are stuck in the 3 seed. That's where they're going to finish. The Kings are the mark. All of these teams smell weakness on the Kings, not only because they haven't been in the playoffs in 17 years, but because they're not a good defensive team. And if you're the Warriors who's planning on a long playoff run, they love the idea of being able to drive in the first round series. That's an advantage. The Warriors want the 6, which is why coming back from 20 down last night was one of the biggest wins of the season to get and stay in that 6 seed.
And Greeny, the question I have about the...
Let's take off. Well, you don't need to. I'm going to try to take my purple glasses off here as best I can.
Yeah.
Let's look at his analysis.
I don't think he's wrong.
I don't think he's wrong either. I don't like hearing it. I don't necessarily. I cannot think he's wrong, but also not all the way agree with him.
Right.
First off, we talked earlier about the Warriors, and that's stemming from Draymond Green's comments about wanting to play the Kings. And then Draymond, we also spoke about this, went on his podcast and at length said, this has nothing to do with the Kings' talent. We don't think they're easy at all. It has everything to do with travel and the drive and the fact that we had to go all over the country last year, and that weighs on us. And this is an hour bus or a 10-minute flight each and every day. That's completely understandable, and it was cool of him to explain that. No bulletin board material there, I don't think. Yeah, the Kings are They are good defensively in spurts, but that's purple glasses.
Yeah.
They're not a good defensive team. That's what the numbers show.
Correct.
There's a reason why people say defense wins championships, and I've often championed the fact of the matter is that offense can go cold. We saw that against Minnesota the other night. Defense generally doesn't go cold. You show up, you play defense. That's all about effort, not the defense. You know what I mean by this. Defense isn't the skill that offense is. It's more of an effort thing than a skill thing. That being said, Jason, Kings have historically the best offense in NBA history.
Yeah, I go to a couple of games with the Clippers out of the All-Star break when people like the Clippers were right at top 10 defensively, and it was the second game of the All-Star break. Remember, they scored 176. Now, I know it went 2 overtimes, but that game was in the 140s before the first overtime.
Right.
So that was one of the league's better defenses. Milwaukee came in here. It's like, man, 3 levels of defense with Holiday and Giannis and Lopez. Kings lost, but put up, 120 something.
Right.
It's all how you look at something. Like if you're going to that's what I would say if I'm breaking down the game. Well, they don't defend, and they haven't been there. There's lack of experience. Absolutely. Then that's the knock against them. But if you're going to point that out, then you have to point out why are they 45-30 and most likely the third team to clinch a Western Conference playoff berth tonight.
Yeah.
Ahead of all these other teams that seemingly want to be 6th. And then you also then can go deeper into that. Well, some of these teams have been hurt. Sure, they have. Is Wiggins coming back? Oh, maybe he is. He's missed 40-something games. Is that going to be right? Well, LeBron just came back. Well, coincidence, first game back, they did lose. It takes some time to get everybody in together. Kings have everybody in place. Doesn't mean they're rolling through all these people. But I think people need to recognize what they've done in this regular season at the same schedule everyone else has had, and they've done it better than all but Memphis and Denver in the West.
Do you happen to remember the last time, I'm just scrolling through to make sure I'm right, the last time the Kings didn't score 100 points?
Toronto?
That is correct.
I think that's the only game. Maybe the Knicks game.
The Knicks game, you are also correct. They lost to the Knicks. So first off, Toronto, January 5th or 25th, they lost 113-95. Against the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden, 112-99 on December 11th. And I do believe that is it. They've not scored 100 points twice this year. They haven't been held to under 100 points in over 2 months. However, and I hear everybody out there saying this, doesn't matter if you score 200 points a game if you give up 202.
Sure.
And they don't do that, as a matter of fact, when it comes to really what's a more telling stat when it comes to differential, the difference between what you've scored and what you've given up.
That's a big season stat.
Yeah, the Sacramento Kings are 8th in the NBA.
Yeah.
They're 8th in the entire NBA.
Third in the West.
Third in the West, only behind Memphis and Denver. By the way, they're the 3 seed. And they are third in the West in differential. That's not everything, but yes, their offense is going to have to be hot in the playoffs. Yes, they're going to have to win road games in the playoffs. Well, they have the best road record in the Western Conference, and I do believe they have the second best road record in the entire NBA. So, yeah, there's going to be frustrating times like the other night. Their offense was dead cold.
Yeah.
That happens in the playoffs. They're done.
Yep. A night where they had their season low in assists, a season low in made threes. Still got to 114, and I think we would all say they didn't execute late in the game. I mean, there's reasons for it. Credit Minnesota, but if that game's played again, the Kings. I didn't look at it like, man, the Kings had no chance to win. They didn't belong on the floor. Minnesota beat them that night, and if that's also the way the playoffs are going to go. Like, there's going to be certain games where you just go, man, it was a tough one. It was a grind. Do you prevail on those 50-50 games in a 7-game series? The more you can do that, obviously, you're going to advance. So I get the point, though, that teams want to line up to play the Kings, but also be careful because, if the Kings are playing, we'll do the same scenario. It's like, oh, man, the Warriors, they're defending. Like, if you're framing it in a scary way, the defending champs, Steph, Clay, Draymond, Coach Kerr, how do you beat them? Then you go, well, look at their road record. Is Wiggins playing?
Right.
They haven't been that good defensively. It's how you want to frame your argument of whether or not you think one team's going to win over the other.
When you play a playoff series, one of the many things that makes the playoffs different from the regular season, although we've seen a couple of 2-game air quote series go on with the new scheduling, but when you play a playoff series, you're going to see a team a minimum 4 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Your odds are going to see them 5, 6, even 7 times in a row. That gives you a unique opportunity to do a lot of things. One of those being you're scouting one team right away. Teams send a scout coach. Generally, it's a coach's job, a certain coach on the staff, and sometimes this will rotate, to scout your next opponent for the team in pregame. Because you can't look at the Minnesota Timberwolves in December and say that's the Minnesota Timberwolves on Monday. You've got to look at what their trends are, things that you can notice that you can try to exploit. My question for you is this. The way the Sacramento Kings are built, the style of play they run, do you think it's an advantage or disadvantage for them to play a different team multiple nights in a row? Do you think they're the more advantaged or disadvantaged team in that situation?
I see what you're at. I don't know.
It's tough. I don't know either.
Because I think offensively, a lot of their stuff is read and react. So it's not like, hey, they're running this set all the time. We've seen it now 10 times in this formation and with a different wrinkle. This is how we're going to play it.
Right.
Because it's kind of universal with the personnel. And like I said, it's read and react. There's more instincts in it. So I would say maybe it's not more advantageous, but I think it then becomes more about the personnel. It's like, all right, Fox prefers to do this, or Sabonis prefers to do this, and then they can play to that. But same as on the other side. And I think what happened, I was thinking of, I don't know what year of the finals it was when it was the Cavs and the Warriors because they played 4 in a row. But there was one of those games early in one of those series where actually current King Matthew Dellavedova had like a really good game on Steph Curry. And people were like, well, the Cavs have figured out how to, and then the rest of the series, like, I mean, Steph's legendary and went off and they won the series. And I was like, well, I guess he really wasn't the Curry stopper. He had a good game. Maybe Steph was off. Teams will find like a wrinkle. Maybe Kessler Edwards is the guy to guard Steph. And like that worked the best. Or it's Davion, or it's
zone defense.
Something. And then it's like, wow, that was kind of the one thing that worked the best in the series. So when you got 7 games, the first 1 to 2, it's kind of figuring it out. And the last 4 to 5, it's like our best versus your best, and let's go.
Big reason why in the playoffs, I think that's where coaches matter the most. You talk about halftime adjustments.
Yeah.
You got to do game-by-game adjustments. And if you're not doing that, odds are you're out. We'll take a break. When we come back, a couple of questions for Jay. Came up with it this morning, wrote it down. I want to know who's hot. And then you called me last night and you said you want to know who's not.
Yeah, the other way.
We also have a 3 and a key to do tonight, as well as we will be live in Portland tomorrow and Friday. We'll be at the game tonight for a hopeful Kings clinching celebration. Thanks to Jiffy Lube. We're right back on SactownSports.com.
I'm Eric Armstead, and you're listening to Sactown Sports.
Armstead with relentless pursuit, and Eric Armstead came in and sacked him.
You wanted more Niners?
Sactown Sports.
Sacramento's new home for the 49ers.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Lowe's MVP's bonus days are back for pros. Right now, buy a DeWalt 20-volt Max Power Stack Battery 2-pack at $199 and get a select DeWalt Bear tool free. Plus, earn 3 times the bonus points on all Metabo HPT tools and products. Shop even more savings and bonus points offers during MVP's bonus days at Lowe's. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid 3/20 through 3/31. Subject to change. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. Visit Lowes.com/MVP's bonus points for details.
ATM Mortgage. Hi, this is Jeff Tarbell. Are you tired of ever increasing rent payments? Now's the time to look at building your financial foundation, buying your own home. And ATM Mortgage can help. You can reach us today, 916-338-9400. That's 338-9400 or online at atmmortgage.net.
ATM Mortgage.
License under California CFL and MLS 223-4889.
Beach Bar Rum, Santo and Sammy's Beach Bar Cocktails present Sammy Hagar in the Circle. Friday, July 14th, the Lake Tahoe Outdoor Arena at Harvey's. The party you don't want to miss. Sammy Hagar. Tickets on sale Friday, March 31st at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com and 8concerts.com. Don't miss Sammy Hagar in the Circle.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
The other workers' comp insurance company, they were going to reclassify our business, and then they were going to charge me $50,000.
Meet Natalie, owner of the carpentry shop. Shocked by an unexpected bill, she knew it was time to switch her workers' comp provider. That's when she found Pie Insurance.
When we got the quote back from Pie, it was a sigh of relief. They put us in a policy where we fit.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate. So your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
I'm grateful that there's a company out there that's willing to insure us little guys because every dollar counts.
With Pie Insurance, you get pricing and coverage made for small businesses. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
There's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. And at Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we are proud to provide our best selection to get you there. Buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Claim based on 2022 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company's own report.
What's hot and what's not? Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Air and Solar, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
What's hot?
I had it out of program.
I wondered.
That's my fault. Had to re-record something. Anyways, who's hot?
Who?
According to the Game Day MLB Twitter account, the Oakland Athletics.
What? How can that be?
Get this. The A's are 9,210 and 0 when they score more than their opponents.
Stupid.
I saw that yesterday. It tickled me.
Uh-huh.
It's factual.
Well, since you brought it up, and I know you love it when I do this, I have something to say about the A's to you real quick, and I didn't know where to put it.
Okay.
Can I do that? Did
Did
you hear they DFA'd yesterday?
No, I did not.
Christian Pasha. Remember that guy who
no.
Remember the guy who
Yeah.
came over from Matt Olson?
Yeah.
That was the center of the trade along with the catcher. Well, you listen, I know his hitting wasn't up to par, but I've been reading up on this because he hit 302 in spring training. And he played tremendous defense, but he's out of options. So they've got, I think 7 days or something to either release him or figure out a way to trade him. Not only does this make the Olsen trade look absolutely stupid, Olsen, by the way, a guy who's mashing it and making $21 million on average for like the next 6 years. That's a pretty good contract. But I think we really need to continue highlighting, not to tick off A's fans, but to support A's fans and to megaphone A's fans.
Wait.
Yeah.
They DFA'd him because they're out of options?
No, not because they're out of options. They DFA'd him saying in their opinion, he wasn't good enough to make the ball club.
Even though he hit over 300 in spring training.
He hit 302 in spring training. His slashes were 302, 362, 419. Double, two triples, no homers, 8 RBI, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, and a stolen base. He struggled in the big leagues last year. Went 166. Not good contact, but really good defense. He's also 24 years old. It's also the A's. They're terrible. He's a prospect. but they decided to DFA the guy, which they're going to have to trade or release him.
Because they also really like this other guy, Ruiz, and center's going to apparently steal like 50 bases this year, which I didn't think was a thing anymore.
I'm not trying to crack any of their other players. What I'm saying is we really have to look at and follow along with this A's season. Maybe they surprise us. Maybe they're amazing. I don't know.
They won't be.
I agree. When you look at the profit they got, which by the way, Forbes miscounted. It was like they said 64 million. It ended up being like 25 million, whatever. But they were in a profit, a large profit. It really is corrupt. It's malpractice.
Oh, don't say that word.
What they're doing. No, I'll JJ Redick it all day long. And I feel so bad for A's fans. This is real life Major League. And it's gross, dude. It's absolutely gross.
A competent organization is going to get Pache and just
it's
going to be like the best find in baseball this year.
And Jay, even if that doesn't happen, Pache never is a guy. It's still the spirit of the
I think
thing.
he'll always be a guy.
By the way, opening night A's baseball right here, Sactown Sports. Go ahead. Who's not?
Dallas Mavericks. Get this. Kyrie Irving, since coming over from Brooklyn, averaging 26 points a game, 5 boards, 6 assists on 50% field, 39% three, 94% from the line. They're 7-9 despite this.
I don't know how many other teams. I don't know how many other teams I would rather not be than Dallas, which is weird because they have Kyrie Irving and they have Luka Doncic and they have Mark Cuban as willing to spend. And they have pieces and all that. But who's a bigger dumpster fire than the Dallas Mavericks? I just mean overall, not just record, but everything. Am I missing like a bigger dumpster fire
in the whole league?
In the whole league, I'm saying whole picture.
Well, I think the Mavericks are still a potential dumpster fire. They're very close. Like if it's their dumpster fire 4 out of 5.
Who's more?
That's what I'm trying to look at right now. I mean, look at the bottom teams: San Antonio, Houston, Detroit, Charlotte. Like they know what they're doing.
Oh, Charlotte knows what they're doing.
I mean, they know what they're doing in the sense of they're tanking and blah blah blah.
Are they tanking, Charlotte? Because they're going to.
They've won 3 straight.
This is going to be their 7th year. They're going to have the longest playoff drought now.
Losers.
The Lakers.
Lakers are always a dumpster fire, but
are they a bigger dumpster fire than the Mavs?
No.
I think the Mavs are the biggest dumpster fire, considering
for the moment,
for right this second, considering what's possibly on the horizon. Losing Kyrie for nothing, Luka asking out.
Portland's not far back.
No, that's actually a great. I feel like it's at least
But Dallas right now.
Ugh. All right, so that's who's hot and who's not. 3 in the key time.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It is person 3 in the key on a road 3 in the key, if you will.
Yes. Here's the challenge of tonight with the Blazers lineup. Right. We already listed the people that are out. So first question for us guys. The Blazers high scorer tonight, and how many points for that individual?
I'll say Shaedon Sharpe with 20.
Nasir Little with 27.
More like Nasir big time stats.
I'm going to do Little as well with 22. Wow. By the way, I was looking up the last game that they played, kind of a similar kind of thing, except for Reddish started last game. It sounds like he's doubtful for tonight. They, with 5:45 left in the first quarter at Golden One Center of that game that they threw out that lineup, it was 22-6 Blazers.
Good.
Kings were up by 9 by halftime, but still.
By the way, Shaedon Sharpe and Devin Eubanks both led the starters in scoring with 12. Yet 2 other guys, Kevin Knox and not Reddish, by the way, Keon Johnson, excuse me. They both had 20 and 15 respectively.
Okay.
So who knows?
There we go.
Maybe it's Keon Johnson.
Next question. 3-pointers for the Kings. Remember, they only hit 5, but we're also it's a slash total for the team and for Keegan because he can break a record tonight.
He needs 3 to tie or break?
I think he needs 2 to tie.
2 to tie.
Yeah. So
all right, I'm gonna say total 3 is 18.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say 3 for Keegan. He breaks it tonight.
Okay.
By the way, since we're there, Should we do our own Keegan Murray?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you'll be broadcasting.
Yeah, but you'll
join
mute
in.
my mic and just.
I'll find where you are. Oh,
Yeah.
in Portland, are you down on the floor or are you up?
We're up.
Oh, well, I'll find wherever you are.
Yeah.
Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. We'll
they're gonna hit 20 tonight.
Wow.
And Keegan's gonna hit 4.
I like it.
Jay.
17, and I also have Keegan hitting 4.
Okay. All right, Dave. Last one. The ever popular call your shot. Something tonight.
I use Shaden Sharp as my high score. I will also say this. Shaden Sharp will have a highlight dunk.
Oh, I believe that.
Like a ridiculous
I
highlight
believe that
dunk.
one. Okay. I'm going to do, I don't think the Kings have done this too many times this year. It's a wire to wire. They're going all the way from the tip to the end of the game, winning this game. Yes, I said it.
You did.
Yep. Wire to wire win.
Wire to wire win.
Kings will win by 20 plus tonight.
Wow.
That means they clinch.
That's factual. Hey, you know what? Put that in my call the shot too. They win by 20 and clinch.
I would like to put in a bonus call your shot. Don't write it down though.
Oh, I'm writing
No,
it down.
write it down.
It's down.
We're not going to be able to figure this out until Monday.
That's fine.
My call your shot for tonight is that since this is part of my responsibility for the trip, I'm renting the car for the trip, right? And driving. My call your shot is that I'm going to end up having to pay some sort of money in a deposit or like a fee because the inside of the car is going to smell like alcohol because, hear me out, because the Kings clinch tonight. We'll be in the locker room and we're going to get sprayed down. We're going to be collateral damage from champagne and then it's going to dry. We'll get in the car and it's going to smell like Robert Downey Jr. in the 80s. Like, it's going to be rough.
I really felt like there was a Frankie's going to get trashed tonight.
I wrote down all of that.
Did you write down all that?
Yeah.
That would be awesome because Frankie's going with us. What if he gets up there? He's like, all right, boy. Like, he takes his shirt off and he's just like guns out. He's like, all right, boy. He cracks open a 6-pack, but they're all connected. And he's just drinking them.
All of them at once.
He's like, I'm off to the clubs. You coming?
I need you and Frankie to go full Drake and dress in like the warm-ups, the exact warm-ups the Kings have, and be in the locker room like you're part of the team.
I would
100% get in the picture for the chain.
It would be so good. Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. That way. Hey, Kings, we're your broadcast partners. Can we get the chain photo?
It's like a Where's Waldo? Where's Dave? And
But you know what?
There's someone.
I'm telling you this. If you're in the locker room, which we believe you will be, they might be so happy. They're like, come on, Dave, get in.
Everybody get in here.
And then De'Aaron's going to look at you like, remember we want to be traded last year?
Yeah, exactly.
He's going to flex the deep hog
Say
on me.
something now. Right. Where's your trade now, smarty pants?
You don't know hoop, bro.
De'Aaron's still getting crap for saying he didn't like watch college basketball. It's just like the most ridiculous thing I've heard all week. Come on, dude.
I love that college basketball truthers in March are coming out.
Have you ever seen De'Aaron's new bride go? She'll go after people.
Oh, she does. She's doing it right now.
Is she doing it right
Oh, she's killing foes.
She killed me last year on the
Yes,
whole,
we know.
That wasn't pleasant.
We were all here for
I've
it.
learned to stay away, but man, she's
she's getting people on Twitter.
She is. Do not mess around with her, man. We'll take a break. When we come back, don't mess with Kenny Thomas either. He will be live, local, and on the video for you. It's K9 Wednesday right here on Sactown Sports.com.
Check out the Golf to Go Hour with Frank LaRosa every week on Sactown Sports. Get the latest on equipment, area courses, people who play the great game, and plenty of good conversations about golf. It's the Golf to Go Hour every week with Frank LaRosa on Sactown Sports. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop, America's most awarded golf facility. Nature Wood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality.
For your everyday vehicle. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP oil filter for only $26.99. Do the complete job for the right price. Get the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hi, guys. It's Mark with Coastside Medical Clinic. Are you struggling with ED and sick of the pills? Well, we have a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men. Our WAVE technology is backed by 60 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call us now. And not only will the assessment and blood flow ultrasound be free, but we'll also include something unique that produces powerful results. You're going to love that one, guys. Trust me. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but it's free to those who call in the next 2 minutes. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your ED and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000.
It's that time of the year again, A's fans. Opening day is almost here. Join us on Thursday, March 30th for the start of the season when your A's take on Shohei Ohtani and the Los Angeles Angels.
It swung on and drilled left center field. Martinez going back at the track right to the wall, and he will watch it fly.
Get to the ballpark early and snag a 2023 A's Magnet schedule. So buy yours today at athletics.com/tickets. That's athletics.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave telling you something you already know, which is your time is important. That's why at American Energy Heat and Air, they make shopping for a new furnace or air conditioner easier with their new online quoting tool. All you got to do is go to AmericanEnergyAir.com and get an instant quote now, today. Do it right now. It'll help you determine what system you'll need to get and provide the best pricing options, all from the comforts of your home. You don't have to have somebody come out and walk around your house and blah, blah, blah. Just do the quoting tool. It's so easy. AmericanEnergyAir.com. Check out how easy it can be. A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. I absolutely love these folks. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com, making the uncomfortable comfortable.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Jiffy Lube's Country in the Park, Northern California's biggest country music festival of the year, is back May 5th and 6th at Cal Expo, starring Lady A, Chris Young, Brett Eldridge, and so many more. Plus, a Boots Boot and Line Dance Saloon, interactive lounges, and Sacramento's best food trucks. Weekend passes start at just $85. Tickets are on sale now at SactownSports.com. Country in the Park, brought to you by Attic Man Heating and Air Conditioning, Bill Eats RV, and Naughtywood Barbecue.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the flagship station of your Sacramento Kings.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports. Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120 to 109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Speaking of the Kings, Coach Mike Brown says he'd like to see his team play more physical. You can read all about that right now at SactownSports.com.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
Kenny Thomas joining us momentarily. The Washington Wizards can offer Kristaps Porzingis a maximum of 4 years and $180 million.
Do it.
Apparently, they've been seriously discussing, according to Shams Charania, him opting out of his $36 million player option and signing a new long-term deal. Kristaps Porzingis is 27 years old. Since he's been in the league, he's played 72, 66, and 48 games. He missed the whole season in 18-19 with an ACL. 57, 43, 51, 34 plus 17. That's right. He got traded. So 51. And now this year, 65 games. This is a guy that regularly misses time. And his averages, I wouldn't even go for his career because he came into the league at 20, so it's skewed. But this is a guy that averages the highest amount of points he's ever averaged this year, 23 points, 8.5 boards, 2.7 assists. He does block a shot and a half a game. And he shoots 50% from the field, 38, 39% from behind the arc. Now, that's a good player.
Yeah.
That's a good player. But you're talking about paying him that's why imagine, I just think NBA players for the last 20 years have been paid way, way too much money. Good morning, Kenny Thomas.
Good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
I don't know, man. Kristaps Porzingis, Kenny. I mean, I know it's not our job to talk about other people's wallets, but 4 years, 180 million is what they're talking about doing with this guy. That just seems crazy to me.
He's only played like 5 years, and he's been in for like ever. It seems like that's a lot of money, man, for a guy that's been hurt. I mean, it kind of comes with the territory to a certain extent because you're paying for upside and you're paying for future, man. That's how I got my big deal. Okay, that's kind of how it works, Dave.
Well, and listen, you got a nice big contract, and good for you, and more power to you. I'm curious, when I assume your agent, you negotiated the thing, and you get a call, and it's like, hey, we've agreed on this deal. Like, you knew right there you were going to be generationally wealthy. Your grandkids weren't going to hurt for nothing, more than likely. Did you do anything? I don't want to say silly, but like, did you treat yourself with something frivolous?
Come on, Dave. We used to hang out. I treated myself all the time. You kidding me? You kidding me, Dave?
Not my place to share.
Come on, we're live right now.
Yes.
So you know how that goes, man. Hey, man, it's one of those things. It's like when you're younger, you feel like you need the world.
Yeah.
As you get older, it gets smaller and smaller. It's like, I'm 45 now. It's like, what do I really need, right? I got a roof over my head. There's a lot of things that obviously I would want more of, but
what was the dumbest thing you bought, though? Like, seriously, what was like the dumbest purchase you look back on?
The dumbest thing?
Yeah, just like this silly, like you bought 17 pair of alligator skin shoes. I don't know.
I got a lot of shoes, man. I got issues. Clothes, shoes.
Okay.
And me hanging out with my friends.
Okay.
That's one of the things I can't take back. So there's a lot of me treating with some of my best friends. I'm pretty sure you met some of those guys over the years. They're still here in Sacramento. So, man, you can't replace the fun times and the memories you have with friends. If you're taking trips, if you're going to Vegas, I was in Vegas a lot too. LA, it all just depends.
Did you find you had more friends or family members show up after that first really big deal came through?
Man, they were there my rookie year. What are you talking about, man? It kind of comes with the territory. My rookie year, I was making $600,000 before taxes. That was the most amount of money I ever made in my life, obviously. And then, obviously, it kept increasing over those 3 to 4 years, especially being under my rookie contract. But family members, that's the hardest thing, man, because you want to help people out and you can't really say no, but you have to say no to a certain extent because it gets to the point to where it gets a little stupid and people have a tendency to get their feelings hurt, especially if they don't get what they want, right? It kind of comes with the territory with human nature, but I wouldn't take anything back or change anything, man. I'm in a good place in my life right now and my kids are good and life's good.
Did you have like Uncle Billy try to pitch you on like the future of alpaca farms?
Probably. I had an uncle. Man, there's so many people that wanted to start their businesses and cousins, and you just can't do it. I mean, immediate family, unfortunately, comes first because you got to take care of them first, and then it kind of trickled down for me. But my parents are in good health. Everybody's good. Like, there's no complaints, especially when I have opportunities to make more money with the different things that I have going on. That's the key. It's a matter of being consistently busy from the standpoint of me using my brand and my name to create opportunities for myself.
Well, as Kenny Thomas joins us, Kenny, all things are good in Sacramento with the exception of not being able to get it done the other night in front of the home crowd. It's just a matter of time, and it sure seems like tonight is an incredible opportunity. As we look ahead, and you've seen all these teams play, do you personally have a preference, Kenny, for who you'd like to see the Kings play in the first round?
Yeah, obviously, I did the game on Monday and it didn't happen. As you guys know, 2006 was the last year that they were in the playoffs, and I was still here playing. It was in my last couple years. 2008, 2010, I wasn't playing, and I'm just happy the actual drought is over. And I was looking at the Warriors last night. They were playing against the Pelicans, and they're starting to look really good. Especially playing at home, that energy in that crowd. Like, I really don't want to see the Warriors, but at the same time, the way that Minnesota has been coming in and beat up the Kings the last couple games, especially at home, it's been kind of bad. And you can kind of tell, like, Minnesota's real physical. And then they have some bigs inside that actually not necessarily is a good matchup for Sabonis, right? Because I feel like Sabonis is more of a 4, and at the same time, because of the way that he plays in the offense and the different things, he plays more like a 4. He's not like a traditional 5 to me. So it's going to come down to matchups because they're pretty big. And I think the guards are going to have to crack back if they end up playing Minnesota from the standpoint of rebounding because they're a really big team.
Kenny Thomas with us. Let me ask, I've asked this to Jason before. Feel free to weigh in. Kenny, I'll ask you. I get really nervous about talking about a team I'd like to see just because I'm superstitious like that, and any team can beat any team. But isn't there an argument that maybe the most fun, emotional, crazy series would be a Kings-Warriors matchup?
Yeah, it would. I totally agree. And obviously, I work for NBC, and NBC covers both. That would be very interesting because it would be a madhouse, especially from a production side.
Hey, how difficult would it be? Sorry to interrupt. How difficult would it be for NBC, though, in that situation? Because they'd have to force themselves to show almost as much Kings highlights as Warriors highlights. There might be some people that actually pass out down there, Kenny.
So the way I see it, I think that they would have to have both people that would do the normal shows. Like,
right.
We don't have it in stone what's going to happen or anything like that, but hopefully me and Matt are on at the same time and they're going to give us more airtime than like 30 minutes before and 30 minutes after. So we might go a little longer, but I don't really know how that's going to work. Obviously, NBC hasn't been here in a long time. I don't know if they had the network back in the day or anything like that, but NBC's creating budgets, man, because the Kings haven't been in the playoffs. So I think the whole change is there. But I think it would be interesting to have both teams, to be honest. But the Warriors scare me the most to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to a shootout, like who's gonna be better, right? And I hate to say it, the Warriors are a better shooting team, especially because they have 2 guys that can really light it up from behind the perimeter. 3 guys, actually.
Yeah. Kenny, what's interesting too, Dave and I have debated this, like, if it happens tonight for the Kings in Portland, and what do you think the locker room and the players' reaction should be internally, not out on the court when they're inside? I mean, to me, I feel like it should be a great celebration, not only to honor what they've done this year, but what has happened the last 16 years. And most of these guys aren't a part of all of that, but should there be a significant celebration by the players, or should it just be like, all right, this was one goal, check, and let's move on?
I think that's a great question. I feel like the guys that have been here, that it's going to be emotional for those guys, like De'Aaron Fox and Harrison, even though Harrison's won a ring, right? But for the city of Sacramento, from the standpoint of being here when everything was bad, and now things are turning around, those new guys, I don't see them being as emotional because they haven't gone through it as long. But the fact that they're able to get into the postseason, all of them, I think there's going to be a lot of emotions going on. And at the same time, it's going to come down to how I think they come out that first game, because I think it's going to set a tone, right? From the standpoint of getting those first 2 games in the playoffs, because playing at home, it's going to feel a lot of the Kings, especially with the 6-man and how this city has come around and came back to support the Kings.
Is it acceptable for grown men to cry when they?
Yes. Yes, and you got jokes because I actually wanted to cry if you're talking about that on Monday.
Oh, I honestly didn't know that.
Yeah, my feeling. I said it on the show after. Like, I really wanted it to happen. Yep. One, because I was a part of it back when the last time happened, and then the fact that it was at home, and it was a Monday night, and it was jam packed in there on a Monday, and everybody was coming early because I think the excitement was there. But I have the game tonight. Me and Kyle are going to be in studio. Obviously, if they win, we're going to get more time, and we're going to stretch it out for the post-game show. And I'm going to be excited, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I think they should be able to do it tonight, to be honest.
Well, you weren't the only alum there. Brad was there, looking like 7-foot Santa Claus. He probably would have been the most likely to spray everybody with champagne had they won. Brad has good time.
What's crazy? That's our guy. Like Brad texted me a couple times. He's like, our studio setup sucks. He's like, where's the fans? Like, you can't, like that's the whole point. And like the fans coming, like they don't get on TV anymore. You said it just sucks. Tell them to turn it back around. I'm like, Brad, I don't have that kind of pull.
Dude, Brad is saying that because Brad liked getting on TV.
Yes.
That's a good one.
He's the reason they turned it around.
Probably.
He kept walking by and making gestures, thinking he's all sly. Brad, you can't be sly, dude. You're 7 foot. Come on.
I was gonna say you're 7 feet tall with the big Christmas beard, like my buddy Adam has. Like, come on, man. Like, what are they doing?
Kenny Thomas, you can see him analyzing back and forth, all around good guy on the Kings broadcast. And hopefully next time we talk to him, we'll be talking about playoff seeding. Love you, brother. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we should be next week. We should be getting ready to talk about the play-in tournament at least or something like that, right?
The play-in tournament for other teams. For
other people.
The peasant.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can he said peasants.
Poverty teams.
Hey, watch out for the Pelicans, man. They talk about Zion actually coming back too. That's another team that's kind of like, oh my goodness. So
fingers crossed. We got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a very exciting next month to 2 months for your Sacramento Kings. Thank you, K9. We'll talk to you soon. Okay. Well, and that dude, he made it the whole way without breaking up, and then he broke up at the very end. We'll take a break. He broke up with us. When we come back, and our thanks to Kenny Thomas. Another day, another failure to clinch. That sounds like a documentary on Jay Mars's life. Wow. We'll get to that and what they can do tonight next. Failure to clinch.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sactown Sports.
When you take the time to shop at Folsom Lake Honda, there's one thing you'll always find. Happy people ready to serve you. As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Get an instant cash offer for your trade at FolsomLakeHonda.com. We'll buy your car whether you buy from us or not. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
For a business to thrive, there needs to be a constant stream of new customers. This happens through strong lead generation. Did you know that lead generation is one of the most important tools of any marketing campaign? Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products and services to them. To get started today, contact aimyourdigital.com. That's aimyourdigital.com and start seeing results today.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
I want to shout out, every office has somebody that's the glue.
Uh-huh.
The glue that holds the whole place together. And this one, for a long, long time, has been our dear friend Cindy Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you see, we talked about the whole vending machine chronicles?
Yeah, I went down there. That was totally weird down there.
Yeah. It's so you know what, Cindy, they just told me this. I hope they weren't lying to me because I'm about to say it on the air. So Cindy, knowing that, people would be hungry and what, I don't know where she went, like Sam's Club probably or something, bought a bunch of stuff. They're selling it for $1, which is 100% not making a profit. She just wanted people to be able to eat.
That's nice.
That's
very nice.
Yeah, she's just
Cindy's the best.
Everybody, every office should have a Cindy Jordan. Yeah. She is Cindy and Lori and everybody down there are fantastic, and we love them to death. All right, 4th straight day, the Kings do not clinch.
Yeah. You know what's interesting on that note of what Kenny said to us just in the last segment about how he was going to get emotional on Monday.
I didn't know that.
Well, in working, I don't know how long I was with Doug in the afternoons, but hearing him talk about this team before he was coaching, the one day I was on with him and Webb, it was one of my favorite interviews ever. Like those two guys were basically just talking about how much they wanted to win, obviously for themselves, but they just kept saying for the fans. And here's Kenny, who's a player. He's not on this team this year, but he's like, I really wanted it for everybody. And being that I was here before, and like, I almost feel like Webb and Chris and Henry Turner or Tank or Harold or anybody who's still here that hasn't, like they didn't win, like they want to be a part of it for everybody that's been here, that's been loyal fans. And that says something about those guys, but also about this community, about the fan base. And I believe I believe Kenny would have got emotional. I think a lot of people would have gotten emotional. And tonight, maybe it's eased a little bit, but it's still the reality that, this is something really significant. And I think those guys, it just means a lot to them, which is really cool.
Do you think it's possible? Maybe it already has happened, but do you think it's possible for like this team this year, modern day team, to have the same connection to the fans that those teams did?
I think they kind of do.
And by the way, let me be really clear. It's not through, I'm not saying they're aloof. I'm not saying they clearly, like Kevin comes on every week and it's like, fans are amazing. Like, it's not that. It's just everything is so dang corporate and so much money and so much stuff going on. And I don't know, maybe this is just a nostalgia thing, but I swear to God, like it seemed like in 2000, you go into Alpha Beta and, oh, hey, there's Peja. You walk into the Thrifties and, oh, hey, Webb. And I know that probably
ice cream.
Yeah. You triple scoop today.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a game tonight.
But people would do that. I saw Chris Webber at the bank. Or I saw him Chris Webber was at this place, or it's like, okay.
Yeah. You see him around town. Yeah. I saw John Barry was pushing his cart through Rayleigh's.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
But I feel like this group has. I mean, part of it has been the long gap of futility. And then this group is, we said it from the beginning when they were starting to win. It's like, man, I enjoy watching this team play.
Right.
Like there was a couple years ago where like maybe the team might have had a better record. We're like, yeah, it's fine. I mean, you take the wins, but this, I think it's a really enjoyable team to watch. Likable team, good guys, but a style that's fun. It's entertaining to me.
Hey, Jay, I got a question for you. Who's the most unlikable King on the roster?
Currently or all time?
Currently.
Currently, I would say
unlikable King, Jay.
I would say the most unlikable King on the roster.
This is a very likable roster. You want to say Chemezi, don't you?
No, Chemezi's super likable. Did you see all the teammates that showed up for his high school jersey retirement?
He is, from all accounts, he's like the sweetest dude, man.
Oh, man, this one.
Alex Len, super intimidating.
Yeah, he's pretty intimidating.
But Kevin Herter came on and said that's like his guy. Like they've played on teams before. It's like super awesome. Always stays ready.
Well, apparently, like
Deli.
Oh,
there it is. He got it.
There's a whole different side of Matthew Dellavedova that people don't know. He's Australian.
There's probably people who I swear to God probably just heard that right now. Are like, no, he's not.
Wait, no, he's not unlikable, or no, he's not Australian.
Both.
Yeah. Here's the thing, in all seriousness, and obviously we're not going to be like, oh, this guy's I'm not even joking. Like, who knows? Maybe there's somebody on the roster. We don't know these guys that like sucks. But on this, like from everything we know, they're all incredibly likable people.
Yeah. And because they've won, it changes things too. Because, the theory I've always had is like, who's the longest tenured King? And that's the one that kind of gets lumped into, oh, if they just got rid of this player.
Right.
And right now that's Fox. Well, he's a great player, having an all-star year, having an all-NBA year.
That's a complete 180, right?
Right. But like if they were flip their record or they're 6 games out and it's like, the conversation would be like, you can't win with Fox.
It's time to move him.
I'm so tired of him.
Why did we trade Halliburton?
Yeah. But it was Hield. It was Thompson. It was Cousins. It was, like good players, but at times like, okay, I need to see something different. Well, they're seeing something different this year. It's great results.
Is it okay to look at that? And obviously you can't quantify it. But as we talk about the remainder of the year, as we talk about going into the playoffs, we talk about 3-point shooting, rebounding, assists, block shots, defense, lack of defense. Isn't it okay to talk about chemistry?
What do you mean?
As like a
weapon?
Not like, yes.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, look at the fun picture. And these guys really get along. Like, these guys will die for each other. And that matters in the fourth quarter when someone is yelling at somebody because they missed a back cut or they missed an assignment and they know where they're coming from and there's no egos. And you need to have that conversation then and not in the locker room after the game. Like, isn't it a weapon?
I think so. I think for this team specifically, I think the fact that they've played the games together, haven't missed that many, it's been a weapon. The continuity, not making a big trade at the deadline to tinker with too much. I think all those things have been kind of secret weapons.
Dave Lack, who some people do know, Kings fans, he's the guy that did the 3D beam. Before that, he went by the name Fireplug on the bleachermob.com website, where as a teenager, he'd let me post all my garbage on there and talk about the Sacramento Kings. He's a great guy, former firefighter, hero, just a good dude. He posted this. Losing streaks for the Lakers, Warriors, Wolves, Suns, Clippers, Dallas, and the Kings this year. This is pretty amazing. The Wolves, Suns, and Clippers all have 6-game streaks. The Lakers, Warriors, Suns, and Clippers all have 5-game losing streaks. The Lakers have 2. Lakers, Clippers, Dallas, and the Kings all have 4-game losing streaks. Kings to open the year. And they all have everybody. Lakers 3, Warriors 4, Wolves 6, Suns 4, Dallas 3, separate 3-game losing streaks. The Kings have 1 4-game streak, 1 3-game streak. They've been the most consistent team in the West when it comes to that. That's pretty amazing, even though they've lost a couple games recently. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's look at tonight in the NBA. Let's look around the NBA, what needs to happen to clinch, all this fun stuff as we lead towards news and notes, celebrity birthdays brought to you by Crumble Cookies, and we will talk to Chris Watkins. We're right back on Sactown Sports.
It's Cattles and Rami.
Come back and beat Utah on Saturday night. I was in the building. Yes, sir. No more Cattles curse. Get it out of my face.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that's been done.
It's gone.
It's the Cattles cookout now. I mean, when you go to the arena, cats is getting cooked.
Cattles and Rami, weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 on Sactown Sports.
Hey there, Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends at ACR Solar. Go to their website, acrsolar.com. But it's home services, roofing, of course, solar. For us, the roof is what we needed. It's an area that was basically out of a sense of desperation. As homeowners for 20 years, when we bought our home, the roof was older. We live in an older area of Sacramento, and we knew at some point we were going to have to do that. But, were we going to stay in that house? We weren't sure. Well, that time had come, and it probably was about 2 to 3 years ago. We should have done it. We pushed it off, and then finally we said we can't wait any longer. We have to do it. I'm so glad we did this last summer because we would have been in trouble with the amount of rain and elements and wind and just all the concerns that every homeowner has had in our region with the amount of weather situations lately. We would have been in trouble, but now we are able to skate right through it and feeling great about everything because of the brand new roof, thanks to the folks at ACR Solar. And when we met with them, we knew they were the right pairing for us. The communication was great. The day-to-day of what they said they were going to do and what they delivered, it was really important. The arrival times, all those things that you just want to know who's going to be at your house doing what and what time of day. And then the end result is the job that they do, and our roof looks great. Better curb appeal, home value is increased, and the most important thing out of all of that is our peace of mind, knowing we can handle all the situations now with a brand new roof. Our last roof, it's going to last there a long, long time. So if it's solar, if it's home services, if it's roofing, you never know what you might find. Check it out at acrsolar.com.
Everyone loves TV Dad.
On the next TV Dad, presented by Progressive, TV Dad explains becoming a man.
Son, it's time we had to talk.
Okay, TV Dad.
You know, drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Oh, is that why my voice is changing?
That's a question for your health teacher.
Listen to your TV Dad. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Warehouse Paint is where the local pros go for all of their paint project needs. Enjoy same-day turnarounds, same-day color matching, color consultation services, and free job site deliveries. With a large in-stock selection of PPG and Benjamin Moore paints and stains, and an expert sales team that is here to help, Warehouse Paint has exactly what you need to complete your next project. Visit warehousepaint.com to find a store near you. That's warehousepaint.com. PieChristensenandKennyThomas.com.
Individual rates, coverage offerings, and savings may vary. Subject to terms and conditions. Not available in all areas. Actual Pie customer.
As a small business, we're always looking for ways that we can offer the quality product and get some cost savings.
Meet Michelle from J.J. Pfister Distilling Company, a small business in California. When looking for workers' comp coverage tailored to the company's needs, she discovered Pie Insurance.
We heard about Pie Insurance being geared for a small business, gave Pie a call, and ended up switching.
Is your small business overpaying for workers' comp insurance? See how much you could save at trypie.com. Plus, when you sign up for pay-as-you-go billing, your premium is based on your actual payroll, not an estimate, so your workers' comp audit experience is simplified.
We saved about 30% off of our workers' comp insurance when we switched to Pie.
It's as easy as pie to get the savings you deserve. What are you waiting for? Ask your agent for Pie. Or get a quote in 3 minutes at trypie.com. That's TRYPIE.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Sacramento will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 916-277-8599. That's 916-277-8599. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men.
Sactown Sports
Headlines. With your Sactown Sports headlines, I'm Jay Mars. It was looking like the Golden State Warriors were going to help the Kings clinch their first playoff berth since 2006 last night, as they were down big to the Pelicans at halftime, but turned it on in the second half to get the win.
And that's going to make the final score 120-109. The Warriors pick up their 40th win on the season.
Sacramento controls their own destiny tonight as they head up to Portland to take on the Trailblazers for the first of 2 straight games. The Kings will clinch tonight with a victory or a loss by either the Phoenix Suns or LA Clippers tonight. Our coverage starts at 5:30 with game night, followed by tip-off at 7 right here on Sactown Sports. Speaking of the Kings, Coach Mike Brown says he'd like to see his team play more physical. You can read all about that right now at SactownSports.com.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sactown Sports.
You made a funny
was
face.
a rough moment. This is my ringtone.
Yeah.
For my phone that I've had forever. So I hear this in Pavlovian. Obviously, it's the Super Mario music, which, let's see, thanks to Kenny Thomas for coming on. We'll take the 9th caller, K9. Also Kevin Herter. 1-800-920-1140. Sactown Sports says, your chance now. Just here, watch this.
I wanted to call you.
No, that's my phone. You're calling me.
Oh, yeah.
That's not annoying. Sactown Sports got your Super Mario Brothers tickets only in theaters April 5th. Hit up the Folsom Lake Honda hotline right now, 1-800-920-1140. Looking for lucky caller number _. They miswrote it here. It's just an underscore. It doesn't give me a number. So I'll say number 9. For more information, visit SactownSports.com. Let's check in on the YouTube chat.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. One nice more 916. I don't know what that screen name is. Whatever. Once more. I got it. It's like a plexer. It was. What happened to plexers, by the way? Are there still plexers? Remember plexers in the B?
Yeah.
You know what a plexer is? It's just like a square, and inside it, it'll say like it'll say potatoes in like really tiny typing. And the answer would be small potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love those things. Anyways, it was cool that Vlade even had Tunel 21 and C-Web at center court. They put their money in the community. We were talking about those 2000 teams. We talked about this a bit yesterday. How does that not happen anymore? How do we not? Like, I know Kenny Thomas did, what was it? El Rey. But again, how has somebody not grabbed a spot in Doko?
A player, you mean?
A player, somebody, I don't know, someone. How is there not a Kings theme? There's one NBA team here. Make a Kings theme sports bar. And even Giants and A's and Niners and whatever, but Kings, it is the place to watch the Kings game near the arena, to go there before games, after games, blah, blah.
Isn't the challenge, and I'm asking this with being totally naive, isn't the challenge of Doko the non-event nights?
I think so.
Because I think event nights, it's no problem.
Right.
None. But there's a lot of other nights, but that's just not Kings. I mean, there's other events. Tuesday afternoon at lunch, people are, I don't know what's happening down there.
I know for me personally, I can't stand downtown. I avoid it at all costs. I go down there if I'm going to a game, if I'm going to like McCooney, or if I have to meet someone there. And the main reason is, number one, I get lost all over the place, even though everything's numbered and alphabetical. I still get lost. But mainly because, like, this street's one way.
Right.
But here's the thing: like, what if I'm in Carmichael, Roseville? I'm a suburbs guy.
Yeah.
If I'm going to a sports bar, I know that Players is on Fair Oaks, and the downstairs ones on Fair Oaks and Sunrise. And I drive down there, and there's a giant parking lot, and I park my car, and I go in.
Pretty self-explanatory. I go downtown. I've got to, like, get through traffic. I have to go down this one-way street. I have to do this roundabout, and then I have to park in the parking garage, and I have to pay I don't know what for. And I guess eventually you get used to it. But it maybe that's why it's just, this is kind of a suburban town, I think, more than a downtown-y downtown. Yeah, and I think everybody enjoys that when they go to a concert or a circus or a game, because I think that's all available there, but that's kind of part of the event.
Yeah.
It's how do you make that part of the event on a regular Wednesday, I said.
I think you'd have to, here's some business advice, but I think as a business person, I think a place like that would work, but you'd have to be real good with your budgets.
Yeah.
You'd have to understand that, like, 80% of your revenue comes in like 30% of the year, 40% of the year, and the rest of that, you're going to have some real down moments. Also, story time with Russell, because we were talking about Kings in the community back in the day. My mom's friend used to give singing lessons to Tyra Banks when she was dating Chris Webber. And we went to her house once as they were leaving, and 10-year-old me almost pooped his pants getting to see Chris Webber. Well, there you
That's
go.
cool.
Yeah. Story time with Russell.
How about that?
Honestly, not going to lie. If I was 10 years old, I saw Chris Webber, I probably would poop my pants. Tonight in the NBA.
We got some stuff to watch, some stuff to follow.
So yesterday, the Warriors rallied from 20 down. They beat the Pelicans. That would have clinched it for the Kings.
Thanks, Warriors.
All right. Kings didn't clinch. Golden State's back in 6th. Kings Blazers tonight. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We will have all the stuff for you manana if they clinch that we can get in the locker room.
And again, win, and the Kings are at least the 4 seed. Home court advantage in the first round.
Kevin Durant returns for Phoenix. Timberwolves at Suns tonight.
Yeah. If the Timberwolves lose that game, the Kings, at a minimum, would be the 6th seed, which guarantees them a playoff spot.
Clippers face Memphis tonight, and that has clinching implications as well.
Yeah, same one, that on its own. If the Clippers lose to the Grizzlies, the Kings get in. Now, if both lose, we said, the Kings would be a 5 seed. If just one of them, they're 6, but the best scenario is them winning and move all the way up to 4.
The key there is, whereas the Suns T-Wolves, that game starts at the exact same time the Portland-Sacramento game starts. The Clippers-Grizzlies game, that starts at 5 o'clock. Memphis favored by 4. I find that line a tad low just because Memphis has been so on fire lately. Also, they're 33-5 at home. However, Clippers 19-18 on the road. The only other team in the West, other than the Kings, that have an above 500 Western road record. Lakers at Bulls.
Okay.
Poverty franchise. Let's just see here. Just a quick check on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are currently 37-38. They are a half game ahead of the Thunder. They are a half game ahead of the Mavericks. The Thunder, due to a tiebreaker, are currently the 10 seed, the final seed in the playoffs. But for example, if the Lakers were just to lose one game and Dallas and or Oklahoma City or both were to win, the Lakers would be out of the play. They're teetering right on the edge.
Right.
Pistons at Thunder. Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder. We just talked about the Thunder there. However, it's also the Detroit Pistons. And yeah, they aren't good. Weirdly enough, haven't heard much from the Pistons fan base in summertime. Strange. They're really loud in the summertime.
Yeah, for some reason.
And the Jazz at the Spurs.
Yeah, Jazz hanging on. They've lost 4 in a row. If they lose this one, they're going to have 41 losses. It feels like they're not trying to lose. Markkanen played the last game, but it's sliding on them.
Pack it in, Danny Ainge, at this.
Take advantage of all the picks you're going to have in the next couple of drafts. Really, I feel like everybody that's on the clock in the next couple of drafts are the Thunder and the Jazz.
One quick note as we go to break, Jason, with when is opening day? Isn't it coming up here soon?
Baseball?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. All rise. Giants and Yankees from Yankee Stadium.
What sorry. I'm having baseball flashbacks here. All right. So opening day is tomorrow. We're all very excited for that. The Braves and Nationals, along with the Giants and Yankees, are your opening games, 10:05 a.m. So the Giants and Yankees will tip off, lead off, start. What do you say? Tip
First
off?
pitch.
First pitch. Thank you. God.
Logan Webb, Garrett Cole. Come on, let's
It's actually
go.
a really good matchup.
Yeah.
Rockland's Logan Webb.
Yeah. Aaron Judge could have been a Giant. Instead, he's a Yankee. Stayed there.
You know what? A lot of bad blood there.
Yeah.
I am on a scale of 1 to 10. I've been a negative 30 when it comes to baseball and excitement. But looking at this right now, looking at the setup, I'm a 4, which represents a very big turnaround, I might add.
Yeah.
Come on. How can you not watch Logan Webb and Garrett Cole? By the way, 27 minutes on average shaved off of spring training games due to the pitch clocks and everything.
There you go.
Last year will be very, very interesting.
And Angels Ace tomorrow night with Shohei.
We'll have that right here on the Sporty 1140 Sactown Sports. When we come back, news and notes, celebrity birthdays, brought to you by Crumble Cookies and a crossover with Christopher Watkins. We'll do that right after this.
The last time the Kings had a winning season, you heard this.
Who plays it up, around, and in, at the horn, and Arco has gone for Scott.
Now it's the Beam Team's turn.
The Knicks have it. Here comes Barrett on the run. Stutter step in the lane. Double clutch. Chase down. Blocked by Sabonis. Rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
The Sacramento Kings will finish the regular season with a winning record for the first time since 2006. Catch every Kings game on Sactown Sports.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
If you own a small business, you've probably been hearing a lot about the ERC, how it's worth up to $26,000 per employee, how easy it is, you know the spiel. So why am I still talking to you about it now? Because many of you still haven't filed a claim, but Innovation Refunds can help you close the book on this thing. They're backed by one of those big CPA firms the corporations use, so they can determine once and for all if your business qualifies. And it's free to find out. Go to innovationrefunds.com. That's innovationrefunds.com.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discounts. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants in stock.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
There are plenty of reasons to love golf in Northern California. With giant redwoods lining the fairways, the best Alistair McKenzie course you've never played is Northwood Golf Club's 9-holer along the Russian River. The 7th hole at Pebble Beach is a beauty or a beast. Play a sand wedge or a 5-iron depending on the direction of the wind. Down the road a bit, Pacific Grove Golf Course sports a gazillion-dollar ocean view and a green fee about 1/10 of Pebble Beach. San Francisco's Presidio Golf Course survived the 1906 earthquake and was home course to President Teddy Roosevelt. In the summer, you can tee it up on the ocean at the links at Bodega Harbor at dawn and tap in at sunset in the mountains at Old Greenwood in Truckee. Unlike Caddyshack's Carl Spackler, a good superintendent goes unnoticed working behind the scenes. Green thumbs up. There's a lot to love about golf, and as columnist Thomas Boswell wrote, when you fall in love with golf, you seldom fall easy. It's obsession at first sight. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Folks, there's a fast break with the game on the line. He dribbles down the court, passes ahead for the alley-oop, and it's caught for a slam dunk.
Do you need an assist? Regain and optimize your performance. See what Pacific Men's Clinic can do to make your love life the best it can be. Pacific Men's Clinic's safe and pain-free, clinically proven procedure breaks up plaque and stimulates the growth of healthy new blood vessels. Call for your free consultation now at 916-545-7577. That's 916-545-7577.
Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together better than freshly baked and home-delivered crumble cookies.
It's time for the news of the day.
The latest headlines, the biggest stories, hard-hitting analysis.
Yeah, this is none of those things.
And now,
here's Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross.
So breaking news tomorrow on Chris & Co. Am I allowed to say who's on Chris & Co.?
Yes, I believe so.
Kyle Draper will be joining him again. And at some point during the day, Jason Ross
will
be joining for a segment, schedule permitting.
Okay, schedule permitting. Okay.
Sorry, Chris, I can't make it.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
I mean,
if Jason's busy, maybe.
What a loser.
Right, comes in, he's like, hey, Jason, wanted to see if you're... And now I'm starting to believe the whole thing Draper said about how he didn't like me when he first got to town. I thought he was joking at first. Now it's...
It was a specific Draper.
Oh, so this is a Draper-esque conspiracy theory we're pushing.
Maybe Draper was like, yeah, no, it'd be great, but can you try to get Jason? I like him.
The other guy. Yeah, no, I said the guy from the morning show, and he was like, I love Jason so much.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Is Jay Mars available? It's all right. Me and Frankie are going to be, or Frankie and I.
I'm not, by the way.
Yeah, what?
Available tomorrow.
Frankie and I will be playing cornhole, and that's not a euphemism. Welcome in. Today is National PETA Day.
Yeah, PETA.
Guys,
the organization or the brand?
No, PITA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
I feel like that's an acronym for something too, but I also feel like it might be an acronym for something really bad. I can't remember. Are you a big fan of PETAs?
Yeah,
yes,
love PETA bread.
Love a PETA bread.
All right, let's go around the horn here real quick. Favorite way to consume a PETA?
Hero.
Euro. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a fine answer. Jason Ross.
Oh, hit the mouth.
Not a PETA suppository. You
gave that up for Lent.
Gross.
Are you a PETA chip guy?
Yeah, you know when I hear the thought of PETAs are. I don't know the last time I had a PETA.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, it's not that common, is it? Is it common?
It's really versatile. You know, you can put things in it.
Do either any of you have a PETA at your house right now?
I do.
You do.
Not at the moment.
Yeah, we're a big hummus family.
Great
We
with
truly
hummus,
are.
yeah.
We love hummus, and it's also good. You snip off the top and you open up the pouch and you get stuff a bunch of sandwich stuff in there.
Of the hummus?
No. Well, you know what? Sometimes we use hummus as like a condiment, like mayonnaise. It's good on a sandwich, like a turkey sandwich.
Wait, PETAs are fine.
Jay Mars.
Make your own pizza.
That's an excellent
great one.
Yeah, because it's very non-ish. It's like
Yes.
non-bread. Pizza.
Yeah.
By the way, the correct answer is I think Euro.
Is the only difference between PETA and a hero or a PETA and a non just like the pouch? I never really thought about that until.
I mean,
In a pouch, in a pocket.
It's totally similar, but like number one, there's the pouch. I don't know if naan has the same thing or not, but I do believe naan is cooked on the side of they slap the naan dough on the side of a hot pot type of thing on the inside and all that. Today's National Little Red Wagon Day.
Sure.
You guys have wagons?
Little red wagon. Great Prince song.
Never mind. I did wagon. The word wagon has been reappropriated in my kids' generation, and I don't know why I always find it funny.
It is pretty funny.
Look at that wagon.
It wouldn't be little in it.
There's nothing real about him.
Yeah.
National Mom and Pop Business Owners Day.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Mom and Pops.
Yeah, I like that.
Great people.
Not a lot of them left because of the Amazons and stuff, but Mom and Pops. You know what? You may not get the best prices, but you're going to get the best service, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Today's National Nevada Day. Favorite thing about Nevada?
Nothing.
Vegas.
I hate how people pronounce it Nevada.
It's because if they're not from around here, like you see it on the East Coast.
Nevada sucks.
Or like, what isn't there a different way they pronounce Oregon too?
Oregon
and Nevada. They're just bad people.
Dave loves Vegas in the summer.
Vegas you know what Vegas is?
What?
It's like Phoenix.
Oh, which is?
It's
hot.
It's hot. It's hot and uncomfortable. Today is National Manatee Appreciation Day.
I love the manatees.
I don't appreciate them enough.
Not at all.
I need the day to reflect.
Let's first off acknowledge that at some point they're probably they're probably going to need to change it to let's be honest, guys, it's 2023. It's personity.
Yeah, good point.
Okay, number one. Secondly,
LOL.
Wait, that's just a picture of Luca.
That was for Verlon in there. Oh my goodness gracious. Manatee, my wife and daughter love manatees. I think they you know what they look, honestly, they look like the phallus of the ocean. They really doesn't it kind of the manatee looks like an uncircumcised fish. I'll say it. That's what it looks like. Have you ever seen a manatee?
Not
Are they related to the sperm whale?
Hey, dang it! It was right there, and you went for it, and that was well done. Finally, National Lemon Chiffon Cake Day.
Love chiffon in
what's
Succession.
Yeah, what's that? I don't. Maybe I've had it. I
got
know.
Chris.
It's a very light cake made with vegetable oil. I mean, who cares what it's made with?
What's chiffon?
Oh, yeah. The fluffy texture is made by beating egg whites until stiff, right? So like a meringue.
Oh, okay.
What'd you say?
No, Jay.
That's over
Jay
the
made it
line,
funny.
dude. Let's not do that. Come on. The recipe was a guarded secret for years until 1920s. And the angel food cake was really popular in the 20s. And then listen to this crap. But Henry Baker.
Old Hank Baker.
Thought he could make a lighter, richer cake. Okay, so it's basically like, I mean, this is exactly what it is.
Tried a dozen times.
It's a, and then he went for 13.
Yes.
It's basically like a pound cake, right? Or in America, a dollar cake. And it's got like lemon drizzle, like lemon frosting on it. Like pound cake. Pound cake, by the way, trash. My opinion.
Really?
Pound cakes.
Come on!
Disagree.
A good marble pound cake is excellent.
Even a bad one.
Listen, if all there is at 10 o'clock at night after dinner is pound cake, I'll pound the cake. But you're telling me like that's in your top list of dessert choices.
Oh, if you get them frosted too, it's excellent.
You know what pound cake is? Pound cake is the carrier of desserts. It's a carrier. It's a home for whipped cream.
Yeah.
Strawberries.
Dress it up and it looks
It's
pretty.
fine, but pound cake is the undergarments of dessert. It's the baseline. Did I have something else? I don't think I do. Let's turn it over to you, Jason Ross.
Happy birthday, March 29th, to Elle McPherson.
Everybody has theirs. Andy Dufresne, when he was in Shawshank, he had Raquel Welch, R.I.P., and many others. Very, very young Carmichael Dave, when he was wallpapering his room. I've told this story before.
That sounds.
With Elle McPherson, huh?
Yeah. I would cut out articles from the Sports Illustrated and the Beat, and I would put them on the wall. I had a wallpaper made up of pictures of Larry Bird's, Imagine, all that.
And Elle McPherson.
It just so happened, and my parents never noticed this, that all the walls in my room were all sports, but I took all the swimsuit edition covers and I made that like a giant square on my wall just to the right of my bed. Coincidentally. And so I would go to sleep at night, I would say good night, and there's Elle McPherson, in a mermaid outfit or whatever. Damn you, Billy Joel. Elle McPherson is 29. I know that's wrong, and I don't care. She's 29 for the rest of her life.
Elle McPherson is 67.
Oh, God, please be.
I have no idea who this is.
You have no idea.
Not even like I've never heard.
No idea.
I've never even heard
what
the
is
name.
wrong with you?
I'll say Miss McPherson here is. I don't know. Jay said 67. I'll say 65.
There's some Elle McPherson from Sports Illustrated covers some years back. What did you say, Chris?
I said 65.
59.
Ah, it's close.
Sorry,
Elle McPherson.
There's my favorite one.
So it's great.
I mean, come on, bro.
It's pretty great.
Come on, dude.
Thailand Fling.
Oh, yeah. There's
from Elle McPherson.
Thailand Fling.
Who,
boy.
That's what we call it.
I believe, Dave, from past knowledge of what you've told me, that you had pictures of Elle McPherson on your wall. I believe your wife would put Matt Olson's picture on her wall.
That's 100%, but only in a hat, apparently. I found that out recently.
Hat Olson. How old is he? How old is he today?
Matty Ols is, oh, God, I'm going to be one off. He's 29.
I was also going to say 29.
I was going to say 30.
He's 29.
Is he 29?
Yes.
Yeah. Square.
How about
Look at that.
Billy Bean?
Billy Bean is not a lover.
He's just a GM. Pache ain't the one.
Oh, wow.
But the A's still haven't won.
Hey.
Thank you. Billy Bean is 60 today. Congratulations, Billy. Big birthday.
I'm going to say Billy is 62.
So we were looking at
I was going to say 69.
60, 62, 69. He is 61 today. Tied.
Wow. Good job, Billy.
Happy birthday to one of the greatest running backs of all time, Earl Campbell.
Oh, EC.
He was tough to bring down.
Earl White Shoes Campbell.
Sure.
Yeah. Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell's 73 today.
Jay?
74.
Chris?
68, something like that.
Okay, I think that's a good guess because he's 68.
Wow.
Happy birthday to Walt Frazier.
Ooh,
Glide.
great suits.
Down goes Frazier.
Not that one.
I know. Walt is Walt's 77.
78.
75.
78.
Always piggyback on me.
How about
dude.
Chad Pinder? I think he's still in the Oakland A's.
Oh, no, he just retired.
No,
He's retired. He's just no longer retired. I mean, he's no longer with the A's.
Chad
Pinder.
35.
34.
33.
31.
Hindi. Wow.
He's retiring.
Yes. See how
And
easy it is?
it's all in the eyes. Happy birthday to Adam Gase.
Oh, you know what? Adam Gase he's actually, I believe he's kind of younger. Is he? He's like 42?
44.
No clue. 47.
45.
Got it.
There you go.
Chris?
I have Co today. Brendan Nunez.
Hey!
Popping on for the hour. Super excited to talk with him. We're going to do some Kings season awards. You know, MVP,
Oh.
best moment, worst loss, best win.
Wow.
Yeah, it should be fun. Definitely be sure
Best
to
win maybe tonight.
Will the Kings clinch tonight? In your opinion?
I think so. I know we had three scenarios that could have gotten us the other night, but tonight is the night.
These are all favorable.
13.5-point favorites.
You're a scenario guy. A lot of people say scenario.
Yeah.
A lot of people say scenario. You?
I say it's in the bag.
In the bag for KayteChristensen, who needs me to bring her a luggage bag for
Wow.
Kenny Thomas.
Don't
For
be a bin hog.
Jay Mars, for Jason Ross, there's a joke there, and Chris Watkins, Chris and Co. Brandon Nunez in studio next.
The Oakland A's open the 2023 season at